Hello everyone, welcome back to our Hangout event. We're on 4.5 and we got a Lynette Hangout. Chicks... What? Wait, is that... How do you read that? Chicks and cats! Yay! Are we talking about a small chicken or what are we talking about? Either way, we're gonna get off the ending. This video's probably gonna be 2 hours, 30 minutes, something like that. But we're gonna get all of the ending. I'll probably timestamp it and yeah, hope you guys gonna enjoy this. And every single Hangout event, I just got 3 achievements. We are also gonna try to get that. So check out the description for timestamps or something like that. Either way, decision. Ah, that's a great start. Alright, forgot Paimon is not here because it's only us. Because it's Hangout. We got a cat. It's Cat's Hangout event. I see some chicks as well. Is that the net with a little kitty? Interest. Why is our cat got a bow tie?
Meow.
I didn't know Lynette will meow for me. But stealthily.
It's you. 1 second. Now activating chat mode.
Hmm? What?
You made me jump there. I thought they'd finally caught me.
Who are they made you jump? Barely didn't know this. Is someone out to kidnap you? I am. I do that.
Objectively speaking, the trouble was entirely of my own making.
What did you do?
Half an hour ago, I was at Hotel de Boer for a drinks reception. It was to celebrate the successful opening of a show, but it was draining my energy. So, I waited for the right moment, then snuck away so I could switch to standby mode.
I see. So they sent someone to find you and bring you back. But why? Also, another thing is, why do you look so cute? What happened? Usually she just stand normally, not like that.
Probably because I'm playing the lead role in the show.
Oh. The lead of the role? What?
Is that so surprising? I'm always getting invitations to do solo performances.
I see.
I just usually get Linny to write back and turn them down. But then came the Fontaine Film Festival.
Ah, that one.
We took all the kids from the House of the Hearth out to see a film, and after it finished, they all started clamoring for me to try out acting for some reason. Even Linny was chanting along with them.
Ah, I see. Bro, why I don't think other hangout event look this cute.
Anyway, it just so happened that a director called Mary had sent me an invitation right around then. I'll spare you the details, but basically, I ended up accepting it.
So this is the dramatic debut of the magician's puppet, huh?
Yep, you nailed it. I'm playing the role of a puppet.
That is so cute. the thumbs up, I love it a lot.
In fact, the show's called The Lost Puppet,
Ah,
and it's a masked mime show. So I don't have to do any facial expressions or say any lines. Literally just a series of physical movements. The director says it's a very avant-garde art form.
avant-garde? What? Only physical movement, I see. That does sound pretty avant-garde. What? But can people understand the plot at all?
Art is not comprehended by the mind, but felt in the heart. At least, that's what the director says. Anyway, if nothing else, the opening performance seemed to go down well.
I'm gonna kidnap Lynette.
At the drinks reception, everyone was crowding around me, saying, "Triumphant character portrayal, faithful adaptation of the original work, unequivocally, quintessentially avant-garde," and stuff like that.
I don't get what is any of those, but I see.
But being the center of attention is draining. So the moment they left me to go harass the director instead, I was out of there.
oh, you're getting harassed. I didn't know that. My bad. For once, you weren't able to use Linny as a human shield, I see.
The other thing is, some weird things happened while I was on the stage.
I don't get it. Translate?
Oh, sorry, Bonnie. I didn't mean to leave you out of the conversation. My bad.
Heck, Bonnie is your pet cat?
No, we just met.
What?
We bumped into each other right after I slipped away.
And you have already named her?
Well, it'd be kind of difficult for us to communicate otherwise. Besides, I think she's taken a liking to the name. Haven't you, Bonnie?
A cat can talk to a cat, I guess. Wait, how did we know she is a her before this? Did the cat just say, "Foot you, I don't like this"?
Yeah, that's right. Good kitty. We'll go find your owner soon, I promise.
Oh, owner, not a stray cat, then? Oh, the ribbon.
Nope. She's wearing a collar, and
Oh,
for the
collar?
most part, she's pretty well groomed. If she is a stray, she hasn't been for long.
You say that, but I see a stray cat right now in front of me and man.
Her stomach's been growling a lot.
Huh?
I guess she must have been missing for a few days now.
Few
As
days?
much as I'd love to hang out with her for a while longer, her owner's probably worried sick about her. Assuming she has an owner, that is.
Okay. Are you hungry as well?
But the reception... I should probably show my face there again at some point, even if it's just to make excuses and leave again. Decision time.
There's a lot of noises here. What is going on? Okay, I said, I'm gonna kidnap Lynette, and for guys that didn't know, I'll always, the first ending will always be my true ending. So, it's a decision. Is this a tough decision for you?
Well, I just find it exhausting, thinking through all the different ramifications of different choices and so on. That's more Lenny's area than mine. So, unless it's something really important, I usually just leave the decision making to him.
Why do I got a feeling that I'm gonna be the one that make decision? But for once, he's not here when you need him, I guess. Bet that doesn't happen often.
It's fine. He got Ferminate to make me a little something for just this situation.
What is that?
Poof! A phaetometer.
A fey what?
It looks pretty over the top, I know, but it's essentially just a box of cards. He kept the design simple, so it'd be harder to break.
That top hat look interesting.
The way it works is, I pick a card at random, then look at the number on the card.
And how does that help you make a decision?
Well, for example, if the number on the card is 5 or higher, I help Bonnie find her owner. If it's less than 5, I go back to the reception.
Simple and straightforward, I see. The reception, if you didn't arrive, nothing bad gonna happen, I think, right? But if the cat, a lot of bad stuff can happen, so... If I am, like I said, I'm gonna kidnap Lynette, so I'll probably go with the cat.
I just have to believe in the bond between me and my cards.
What up?
And my fate will reveal itself to me in numerical form.
I see.
At least, that's what Lenny said.
Uh.
Anyway, I guess I'll give you a demonstration.
Why is there none of your quote? Why is it always other people's quote? I was like, that sounds cool. Numerical form, nice, and then linear. Okay. Lynette attempt to draw a card.
Huh, I didn't like that. Was I using it wrong? Maybe if I just...
Let's make the card box. All the cards fall into the ground. I don't think she's making...
Clearly, there's some design flaws to iron out. I'll have to let Fremine know.
I feel like maybe this wasn't a design issue, not gonna lie. It's a skill issue. Wait, what?
Let's see. Which card did I get? 4.
Less than 5, so that means no helping Bunny.
Well, the cards fell on the ground though, so I don't think it counts as fate.
Fate does not work like that. Fate is coincidence, so if it falls, yes, it is.
If you want to get the right answer, you have to let fate decide. Also something Lenny said.
Well, and then again the card fall, and that is the fate. Fate have chosen to drop the card. So stop making excuses. I love Lynette, but man.
So, to put it another way, if picking a card up off the ground is how to not leave it to fate, then that means it must be the wrong answer.
I think what Lenny really meant is sometimes you have to accept the answer you didn't want. Pretty much, yeah.
Or... why don't you pick a card? Since I ran into you here, that means... our fates are, like, interfering with each other.
You're starting because you are nervous to ask for help. Alright, alright. I'll pick another card for you. Stop making excuses.
Thank you. This one is final, I promise.
No, it's alright. I actually prefer this is not the final.
Here, take the fatometer. If it's 5 or above, that means fate successfully changed. Anything lower than 5 is a fail.
Okay, buddy. That again, yeah, you stop. That is the third excuses. Really, Lynette?
Also, if you have your own thoughts about what I should do, feel free to share it.
Sure.
Now that I've got a good problem solver here to help, I don't need to run every little thing by fate.
You will run every little thing with me? I think you should head back to the drinks. I think you should help Bonnie. How about you do neither? Parameter, I'm not sure. Let's leave this one to fate. This is interesting. I'm gonna
Alright.
test this.
Then let's see where fate will lead me.
The random check trigger radiometer number between 1 to 20. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. I have no idea. Current check bonuses. I'm not sure. Let's leave this one to fate. This one. 9. Check success.
So, we're looking for Bonnie's owner?
That is interesting little gameplay. I have to ask about this deck of cards, by the way.
There's 20 cards in total, numbered 1 to 20. So there's only a 1 in 5 chance of drawing less than a 5.
I didn't ask for math.
I should also mention, this time the cutoff was 5, but I just set that to wherever I feel like.
Yeah, wow, you really don't want to go back to the reception party, huh? 1 to 20. I just noticed, wait, why did my brain stop working? 1 to 20. So there's only 5 cards that make her not go back to the reception. And there are like 15 cards. What?
To put it in perspective, I said I'd only do the show if I drew a 1. Fate can be pretty sneaky sometimes.
I don't think Fate is sneaky. I think it's Lynette being sneaky here. So how do you plan to find Bonnie's owner?
I think I'll go to the Steambird and see about putting an ad in the paper. You wanna come along? I think Bonnie wants you to come with.
Are you sure it's Bonnie? It's not you. Again, I will be flattered if somebody asks me to come with them. The problem is it's Lynette. I feel like how Lynette do to Lini, I feel like we're gonna be Lynette's shield, which I don't mind, but decision making is trouble and problem. Cause I have to think. I mean, sure, if it meant to get hang out with you for a bit longer, little bunny. Ah, cute. Wanna head pet? Can I carry Bunny? I don't think I can carry Lynette. Radiometer. Wait, do we actually got that? We got that. Oh, can I? Oh, that is interesting. 14. That's cool. You can actually play card drawing to decide something in the open world for normal gameplay. That is cool. That's cool. They give us that. Go to the Steambird for the stuff. Gotcha. So where's the reception where Lynette go to? I wonder. The Fontaine Festival, for guys I know it's an event and it's outside like there. So I don't get where the...
Every stupendous day starts with a Steambird. Oh, hi Lynette. Hi Traveler. What can I help you with?
I don't know where is the like HQ or the room is. Also, I thought I thought she's gonna say every stupid day start with a Steambird. He want to ask about the latest tale of humanity. Any commission? Nope.
I don't think so. Have you picked up a stray?
It doesn't seem like a stray.
Yep. If there's no commission to follow up on, could we post a notice about the missing cat instead?
Yeah, there's this missing cat wearing like what, white and black, got a big ribbon. No, wrong one. I mean, wrong one.
Why, of course. What a kind thing to do. Just fill out the form.
There you go. This is the cat, black and white. Also got a ribbon. I'm not talking about the big one. I'm talking about this small one, this cute one. I mean, the other one is cute as well, but
Well,
You get it.
we've registered you as missing. You can stay at my place until your owner finds you.
Aw, thank you. I appreciate it, Lynette. Is it for me? I am missing? Who is my owner? Help, find me now.
Also, I just wanted to say thanks for keeping us company for so long.
You're welcome.
Well, I should probably head back to the drinks reception. Hopefully most of the people have left by now. If you've got some time, you should stop by my place tomorrow to see Bonnie. There's a nice cup of tea in it for you.
You don't need to you don't need to treat me. It's alright, I'll come. Looking forward to it, I'll be there.
Alright, see you then.
I'm more surprised you didn't ask me to go with you to the reception, but okay. Well, until next morning. I'm gonna try to find the reception as well, but we're gonna skip the time as well. But I throughout Hangout event, most of the time Paimon doesn't exist, right? I wonder what happened to Paimon. Also, another thing is, again, I try to find Lynette, but Detective. Oh no, it's Detective Lynette. Oh no. Yeah, most of the time there's no Paimon. I wonder what happened to Paimon, or where is Paimon actually? Paimon never left our side, so yeah, what is going on? This is interesting. Is somebody debating over whose cat is who? It seems like you're in hard time, huh?
I believe this cat belongs to me.
One is cat's scammer, I guess.
I already told you, this isn't your cat.
How about tell Bonnie to choose?
Just take a breather, you two.
What happened? What is going on?
Oh, you're here. As you can probably see, you'll have to take a rain check on that tea I promised you. At least for now.
Like I said, it's alright. I'm not coming here only for tea, I come for you.
This is my friend's cat. He's preoccupied with some important business, so I came to retrieve her in his stead.
Okay, that sounds like a lie.
No, it's far more likely this cat escaped from the Humane Society.
Okay. How about we'll add Bonnie the side? Yeah, that's what I say.
Bonnie?
Wait, you guys don't even have name for him?
That's the name I've given her in the meantime.
I forgot actually. Animal handling. Let's see who Bonnie decides to approach. I have to choose a card. Okay. 17. Oh, okay, still safe. Bonnie, wait, does that mean you can get bad ending by getting the
This
wrong number?
complicates things.
It seems she quite likes me. It's my cat. Or to Lynette, one means that there's no way to tell who her owner is. Seems quite liking me.
I told you before. This is my friend's cat. It's normal for her not to trust me.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good point there.
Listen, I'm the director of the Humane Society, okay? We've got so many strays, dogs, cats, you name it. I'm not even the one feeding them most of the time. You can hardly expect the cat to recognize me.
Okay, so you got so many stray dogs and cats. Why do you want this cat again? What? Then how are you sure she belonged to you? Yeah, I know, right? It's like, what?
She just looked somewhat familiar, so I came to check, just in case.
Okay, Bernard, you are not a person.
If she turns out to be one of ours, I'll take her back. Simple as that. Even if that's not the case, the Humane Society could still take her in, if no one else comes to claim her, that is.
I feel like you're just selling cats and dogs at this point, but again, what is the Human Society exactly?
We're an organization that specializes in rescuing and sheltering stray animals. We've been in business for several decades now. I'm Bernard, the current director.
I see, so they don't do bad thing here, but again, it's not their cat, they just come to pick it up. Well, they still say that that is their cat even though they didn't know about it.
The Humane Society. Huh. The name sounds familiar. I remember hearing good things. You're the one in the Quartier Lyonnais?
Yeah, which mean that one is not the owner, it's just picking up random stray cats and dogs to save them, rather than just leading them astray.
Yes, that's the one. Anyway, if it's not too much trouble, could I possibly take a closer look at the cat?
If it's only closer look, it's fine.
If it turns out I really am mistaken, I suppose that means the cat belongs to this lady here. She would be the only remaining option after all.
It doesn't mean she is the option as well, by the way.
It belongs to my friend.
Okay, so, alright, this person keeps saying it belonged to her friend instead of her. Didn't even sleep. So this actually belonged to her friend then. With us here to keep watch, it should be fine.
Go on, Bunny.
So come Bunny, just talk to Lynette and translate. No? Doesn't work like that? Okay.
Oh, nope. Looks like I was mistaken. They do look similar, but there's an ever so slight difference in this one's fur color. Deepest apologies, friends.
Okay, so Bernard's not a bad person. Well, I know because humane society, but still I don't trust. Sometimes, you know.
Well, I suppose this means I still have a missing cat to search for. Apologies again for the confusion.
Yeah, maybe you should do this earlier. Yeah, I understand. So, this is your friend is Cat?
Oh, yes, exactly.
Wait a second. You lied earlier, didn't you?
Ooh, and Lynette is also a cat. A cat could tell a lie, and also can see the slight movement.
Lied? I'm afraid I don't know what you mean.
A liar always has a tell. The look in their eyes, their breathing pattern, the way they hold themselves. The things that can give you away are often more numerous than you would think.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. That actually happened in real life as well.
What are you talking about? The way I see it, you're conflating baseless conjecture with fact.
No, it's not baseless. You're just dumb.
Normally, when someone is called out, their breathing speeds up as they begin to panic.
Indeed.
But your breathing pattern hasn't changed one bit. In fact, it's been strangely calm and measured this entire time. It stands to reason, then, that your agitated behavior earlier was all an act.
Ooh, Detective Lynette. I thought it's gonna be a funny moment, but no, she actually become a detective.
If you're a bad guy, I'm sure you'll take off running the first chance you get. If you're a good guy, the most likely explanation is that you're a member of the Guards, or some similar organization.
And you're basing this off of?
Intuition. Nothing more.
Lynette's still cute.
Intuition. Well, I have to hand it to you, Lynette.
So you're the guards.
You're right. I'm a member of the Guards. The name's Elodie. I'm currently investigating a cross-border smuggling case. This cat here, Bonnie was her name? Well, her owner is one of the prime suspects of our investigation.
Oh, interesting.
A couple of days ago, our suspect got wind that we were on his tail and fled. That's most likely how he got separated from the cat. I just so happened to stumble upon your notice in the Steambird. So, I decided to see if he'd come back for her. But it looks like I overestimated him.
Interesting. If I were on the run, I don't think I'd come back either. No, I will. If it's like Lynette, I'll come back.
The impact of this case has been huge. The Marechaussee Phantom, the Guards, and the Special Patrol have all launched investigations. If there was even the slightest chance that he would show himself, I had to follow up on the lead.
So what is being smuggled, by the way?
A new kind of illegal drug. Imitation synth.
I was hoping the game didn't say that and say something else that's funny. Like a doll or something.
We confiscated all the synth on the market, but addiction isn't something that goes away overnight. Even without substances on the market, people are still looking for a way to get their next fix. And criminals are all too eager to capitalize on that addiction. That was the impetus for imitation synth. Needless to say, a small-scale market opened up very quickly. After the original synth debacle, we put several measures into place to prevent similar incidents from occurring. The perpetrators got smart, though, and shifted their sales overseas before those measures could kick in. That's when the imitation synth smuggling began. We only recently got word of the presence of imitation synth overseas. We managed to track down evidence of some early transactions. What we were able to find out, however, hasn't proven that useful given the amount of time that has passed.
Interesting. All of that is a lot of words.
The Marechaussee Phantom launched an investigation to track down every person in Fontaine capable of producing a drug like that. That's how we learned about Bonnie's owner.
Who is P exactly?
He's a researcher at the Fontaine Research Institute.
Ah,
His name is Pierre. Pierre Lafayette, to be exact.
Lefebvre.
do you know who? Lynette? Passive check are special type of check that need to be actively triggered, but insisted will automatically trigger at specific times. If you pass, you'll find some hidden information such as irregularities in person's attitude or certain. I have no idea, bro. What is this hangout? The next expression seems a bit unnatural. I know. A slight look of dread just crossed Lynette's face. Strange. She usually schools her expression with mechanical, I don't know, precision.
The Marechaussee Phantom found him in Poisson. In addition to the cat, he also had a pendant with him.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, left click.
At first, there wasn't much cause for suspicion. A search of his house didn't reveal much to go off of either. The Marechaussee Phantom very nearly left it at that. It was only later that we realized the coat of arms on his pendant belonged to none other than the Lefebvre family, one of the most infamous aristocratic families in Fontaine. Obviously, this discovery prompted a further investigation into Pierre. At that point, however, we discovered that he'd already fled. Now the guards and the special patrol are all searching for him.
Technically speaking, could his family be hiding him?
That's not possible, actually. The Lefebvre family has been gone for a long time.
Why does Lynette sound like she's scared?
Exactly. Many years ago, several important members of the family, including the patriarch, were murdered by an assassin of unknown origin.
I see.
From that point on, family's power and influence took quite the hit.
Lefebvre family is the one that grabbed Lynette and Lenny. And the one that assassinated them is the father, and the father saved them. That's what happened. No wonder she is so scared.
The family is engaged in all manner of crimes. As you can imagine, there's no shortage of people waiting in the wings to take their revenge. And with the family severely weakened, they were able to do just that. Most of the remaining family members succumbed to sickness or hunger. The ones that survived are currently living out their days under a new identity.
I was wondering why Lynette is so scared for a second there. Oh, that's interesting. Another thing is actually... Again, you have to play Lenny and Lynette's story quest first before this, or you're not gonna get it. You're gonna be confused why Lynette is scared.
Pierre is one of those very survivors. He's been hiding away in the Fontaine Research Institute all these years. His true identity unbeknownst to all. Until now, that is.
By the way, is it really okay to share all of this information with us? Aren't you a guard? Is, you know, the CD people shouldn't be get something to do with this?
Well, my fellow guards have told me all about how smart and courageous you both are.
Ah,
And I know you possess a strong sense of justice.
I see. So you know I'm a non-ordinary, well, something knight. I see.
There could be a chance that Pierre, or one of his accomplices, might attempt to get close to Bonnie. Now that you've been briefed on the situation, I was hoping you'd help us keep a lookout.
Why? Oh man, I thought it's a date with Lynette. Gosh, no.
If I take Bonnie back to the guards with me, there's no way Pierre will try and come for her. Not even the most daring of criminals would attempt something like that.
So we should keep Bonnie with us from the time being? Or for the time being?
I have to admit, I'm not holding out too much hope that Pierre will come back for her. But if there's even the slightest chance, then it's worth a shot. Well, I've got some other leads to follow up on. If Pierre does appear, please contact me right away.
Got it. And how to contact you? Exactly? What's wrong? You don't look so good.
It's nothing. I'm fine.
I pet her, traveler. Go.
It's just... the head of the Lefebvre family. He was the eminent person who kidnapped me all those years ago.
Yeah, again, for guys that know that happened. And Lenny tried to save Lynette, but as soon as Lenny arrived at the mansion, the father is dead.
It was at a dinner party. Someone tricked me into boarding the Lefebvre family carriage. Whoever it was, they took me back to their home. But before anything worse could happen, Father intervened.
So that's what happened. Then the assassin already mentioned is the father.
Yep. Father was the one who orchestrated the fall of the Lefebvre family. That's what led Lenny and I to join the House of the Hearth.
Again, you already know this. If you play Lynette is story quest, right? Yes, Lynette is.
After all these years,
Oh no, Lynn is.
I never thought I'd hear the Lefebvre name again.
Are you okay? Well, she doesn't sound good. I forgot Lynn is story quest. Lynn and Lynette, both of them. Either way.
Don't worry about me. I wasn't feeling sorry for myself. I was just thinking about Lenny.
Yeah, Linny will be so mad actually. Because Linny is so scared that he is gonna lose his sister.
He's been acting strange recently. He avoids me for days on end, consumes himself with some secret investigation, and then out of the blue pushes me to do that acting job.
Oh, so she is trying to... I see, so Linny wanna end this person as well. Interesting. And in order, you know, to make Lynette didn't know about this, she pushed Lynette, or he pushed Lynette to do acting job.
Thinking about it now, it's almost like the one I drew from that deck of cards was part of his plan all along. He must have asked Fremine to help him out. In any case, I know he's hiding something from me. He's really pulled out all the stops this time.
Because he don't want you to have something to do with it just in case it make you get scared. You think he knows about Pierre? Guessing yes.
It's very possible. I'm sure he tried to send me away because he was afraid it would bring up some painful memories for me.
Yeah, that's what I say.
It wasn't necessary, though.
Except I don't know how to explain and I just randomly spew out a lot of random words. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Even after all these years, he's still as overprotective as ever.
That's a bro for ya.
You'll have to help me teach him a lesson if we run into him along the way.
Along the way? Are we going somewhere? Wait, how to teach lesson? 1 + 1 = 2, yay!
Yep. I want to head to the Fontaine Research Institute to learn more information about Pierre. Just let me activate search mode and then we'll head out. Who knows? Maybe we'll run into Linny along the way.
Are you trying to help out Linny with the investigation, or are you just trying to prove yourself? So that Linny won't overprotect you?
A little bit of both, perhaps.
Okay.
For the most part, though, I just have the sense that something's not right. Something isn't adding up about Pierre's story. I'm just not sure what.
I also want to know what secret he is hiding. Sometimes you've just got to take the bull by the horns. What? Yeah, I'm gonna take you by the horns.
Okay, I'll write a letter explaining everything to the crew. Once that's done, we can head out.
Gotcha. In the meantime, Bonnie, how are you? Bonnie's not here. Gosh darn it. Go to the new Fontaine Research Institute. The new Fontaine Research Institute? There's a new one? Oh, that one. I see. We're learning more about her, so this is... Well, more about... Linny's story, but... Linny and Lynette, both.
Lynette, you're, not at rehearsal?
Well, look who we found here.
You can drop the act, brother. In fact, I don't think either of us will have a need for acting anytime soon. You should know better than to try and keep something from me. You've never been able to do that, even when we were kids.
Lynette is mad. She's mad. Don't ask how did I know.
And that's why I tried to distract you with the masked mime show.
We know.
But I guess you're just too good.
Care to introduce us to your new assistant?
She is also jealous. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot when we do the Linny story quest as well. Lynette is jealous with us.
This is Officer Shavras, captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. You may have met her already.
We meet again, Shavras. This is like the 5th time, I think.
Nice to see you.
Hello.
I should clarify something. Mr. Linney's here at my invitation, not the other way around. To borrow your expression, Miss Lynette, I suppose that would make him my assistant more than anything.
That's the... I see.
We've brought on Mr. Linney as a consultant in the past. He was instrumental in helping us crack a case involving a perpetrator who used magic tricks to commit crimes. I was hoping he'd be able to provide some valuable insight this time around as well.
I see. Are you here because of the Lefebvre case as well? Also, Shavras do always save people as well. Like, for a moment ago. Even though Shavras is telling the truth as well. Chevres is trying to make Linny not in trouble.
So you've heard everything then?
Well, somebody just got a potty mouth, you know what I mean?
That's exactly why we're here. There's always been questions surrounding the fall of the Lefebvre family. Some
There.
people even believe the House of the Hearth was involved.
That's funny, how crazy, huh? There is just a squirrel, really?
Whoever was behind it all was extremely cautious. They didn't leave a shred of evidence. This very fact, however, leads me to believe it was indeed the work of that harbinger.
Who is that harbinger, I wonder?
I took a look at the entrance and exit records of all the carriages that night. Let's just say it wasn't hard to deduce that there's ill will between you two. Don't worry, I don't have any evidence to that effect, and I certainly don't plan on going to bat for such a despicable family. Plus, you were victims back then more than anything.
You are talking to Lynette, right? Not me, because... not gonna lie, I don't think I have been kidnapped before.
I sought Mr. Linney's help with the smuggling case. Nothing more.
So you're really teaming up with the House of the Heart then?
The way I look at it, it's a collaboration between us as people, not the organizations we represent. Besides, by working together, we can expose the truth as quickly as possible. You can hardly say that's at odds with the justice my organization strives for.
Okay. I mean, the Harbinger is also not bad person as far as I can see, so... Assuming you wouldn't be opposed to some extra help then?
Not at all. I was planning to invite you from the very beginning, Miss Lynette. It's just that my assistant here raised some objections.
How about Miss Traveler? Question mark. I'm here as well. Linny, yeah, you're scared. It's alright, overprotective is a good thing. Sometimes.
Linny, I'm not the same person I was back then. That little girl who did nothing but cower in the corner in fear. She doesn't need saving anymore.
Also, Linny, I know you want to protect your little sister, but little sister don't stay little forever. The only thing that's little is their...
I'm sorry, Lynette. You're right. I let my concerns get the better of me.
Oh, and the next time you want to distract me, you should try a different approach.
Cause she's Nika Ray. Yeah, after this, Linny might be in trouble.
Who's this? You pick up a stray while I was gone?
Yeah, new assistant or new something.
It's a bit complicated. I'll explain later. Anyway, her name's Bonnie.
Well, if there are no objections, then I suppose the only thing left to say is... Lynette, Traveler, welcome to the team.
You only ask for Lynette. Why do I join as well? At least I'm not, the one that is
It
out.
appears the Lefebvre family was very particular in their use of insignias and emblems.
It looks like snake with sword.
The family would use different emblems to mark differences in status, blood relation, and the like. In fact, the insignia that was discovered on the pendant was used to represent an illegitimate child.
Oh, so that will mean Pierre is a best. No, yeah, something child.
It's highly likely. That very
What's the
status
language?
might have been what allowed him to emerge from the fall of his family relatively unscathed. It would also explain why he was able to assume a new identity as a researcher with relative ease.
We discovered something interesting, though. After talking to some of his co-workers, it appears he pretty much works at the Institute in name only. He's practically been cast out.
Wait, what happened?
Apparently, Pierre was once addicted to synth. He tried to use the resources at the Institute to create a substance with a similar effect. He claimed it was just for research purposes, but the Institute revoked his access to the relevant materials regardless. He was placed on disciplinary leave, pending a thorough investigation of his actions. But it seems the Institute ran into some trouble along the way. Could have been a lack of personnel or a timing issue. In any case, they had to table their formal investigation into Pierre. Unfortunately, that also included reporting any relevant information to the higher authorities.
I see.
As for his family background, it appears none of his co-workers at the Institute were aware of that information. All they could tell us was that he was quite the recluse.
Maybe we'll have to take our investigation elsewhere then. Did you find anything useful at his residence at all?
Other than the pendant, we didn't find anything else of note at his residence in Poisson. Based on the samples of imitation synth we've been able to analyze, It appears the substance leaves behind strong traces wherever it's produced or stored.
Oh, does that mean we can use elemental sight?
Those traces might not be obvious to the casual observer, but they're not something our guard poodles would miss. Pierre's home, though, came up completely clean. We didn't find any records indicating possible involvement in overseas transactions either. So, the Marechaussee Phantom didn't view him as a major suspect at first.
Also, it's been a while since the last time the game asked us to use our, whatchamacallit, elemental sight. So I wonder if we're gonna use it here. Usually we use elemental sight if we wanna find a chest. or an entrance of some kind. For me anyway.
Maybe he had a separate, dedicated area where he made the imitation synth.
Well, his neighbors did say he was often gone for long stretches of time. You would think with him out and about so much, people would have spotted him around Poisson, but residents said they barely ever saw him in town.
Oh.
If his reclusive nature was just a matter of keeping a low profile, I guess it would make sense for him to have a secret base to carry out his business.
After he disappeared, the guards conducted a thorough search of Poisson, but they didn't come across any suspicious locations.
Poisson.
What is it, Lynette?
You know Hotel de Boer, where I first found Bonnie? To get there from Poisson, you have to cross a stretch of ocean. It's not somewhere a cat could just wander off on its own.
Oh?
A cat? You mean...
Yes. Indeed.
Bonnie is Pierre's cat.
Oh, that's right! When the Marechaussee Phantom first tracked him down, I remember there being something about a cat in their report. So this is her?
Apparently, you are not gonna lock her up, right?
From what we've learned about Pierre's habits, he doesn't seem like the type to venture out without a purpose. So what you're saying, Lynette, is that Bonnie couldn't have gone missing in Poisson. If that's true, then...
Yeah, Pierre is still there. Also, another thing is, she must have wandered off only after Pierre brought her to his secret base. Also, another thing is that... Interesting, I forgot what I want to say.
Exactly. Bonnie might even know where it is.
Why didn't you just lead us there? Oh, Animal actually got a special treat here. Because if it's not Animal, but yeah, I don't know, an adult that gone missing, or if adult just go with Pierre, not helping him, just only, yeah, probably gonna get locked up as well, right? No? Just me? Who knows?
Wait, you think the cat can lead us there?
Yep.
But she's not trained like one of our guard poodles. How is she supposed to understand what we want her to do?
A cat can talk to a cat. No, I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about Lynette. Lynette could give it a try. Animal handling, I can give it a go. Meow, meow, meow. I should give it a go. Alright. 40! We never fail these. I am talented here. Meow. Yay! Buddy seems to understand what you want her to do.
Near the coast, the beach, and beneath the cliffs. The place we're looking for is most likely north of the court of Fontaine.
Well, I've certainly never taken a witness statement like this before.
I'm a cat talk to a cat. Apparently, well, I'm also a cat, but apparently I'm the one that do this. Cool, awesome.
Well, if it works out, maybe it's something worth getting used to.
Cats and humans are actually pretty alike. When it comes to communication, most of what we want to convey can be accomplished through body language alone. But humans tend to rely too much on speech to ever take advantage of that fact.
That's actually a good thing to say. Except cat like to push stuff off a table or somewhere high. Human don't, I don't think. Do human do that?
Of course, body language has its limitations. You're not going to be able to get across anything too complicated.
The important thing is that we now have a lead. Let's try and find a place that matches the clues Bonnie gave us.
Okay, without further ado, let's go there then. I don't know where. Below a cliff? Is it actually? Oh, it's here. I was wondering where is it. Hello, can I was wondering where is it trying to tell us to go to. We're getting close. Again, I thought Lynette's gonna be the one that talked to it. I didn't know how it ended up becoming me. But that's interesting.
Seems like Bonnie is trying to take us somewhere.
Where is where? Interesting. Bonnie don't like the owner? Question mark. It's like, I'm gonna get rid of my owner to get a new owner. So here I go. No, just me. Okay.
Gardamex ahead.
Look out!
Wait. Chevros, help!
Silk.
Why am I the only one that's fighting? Also, I'm so sorry the battle is so loud. Nothing I can do to lower all of the everything right now. Oh come on! I thought we are done. Bruh, why are there a lot of battle and not even a child character here? Well, not like it's hard, but still. Okay, 3, 2, 1, finish! I thought I'm gonna... Alright.
Hey there!
I shoot the wrong one. I shoot the wrong one. Where's the cat? Oh, here, this one? This is literally in the open. How nobody can find this? What?
Wow, Lynette, you found this place so easily. If I thought there was any chance you'd say yes, I'd recruit you into the Special Patrol here and now. No questions asked.
I don't think she will.
Sounds familiar. I pretty much receive letters daily from people trying to poach her from me.
Let's just focus on our search. There's a lot to investigate.
Let's see. What do we have here? Oh, actually, talk to everybody. There you are.
When the Marechaussee Phantom searched Pierre's house, there was no sign of these barrels, right?
I mean, he must have moved them. But carrying them all the way out here will attract way too much attention. And again, nobody saw him, so...
You're right. That doesn't seem like his way of doing things. How did he get them here, then?
Let me see. The barrel shows sign of water damage. Dried up water stains can be seen around the circumferences of the barrels. Floating? There seems to be a pattern of the location water stained. For some reason, they appear to be limited to the lower half of the barrels. So floating. The lids don't seem very tight, leaving sizable gaps around the edge. But there doesn't appear to be any trace of water inside the barrels. Like I said, floating.
Only the lower halves of the barrels appear to have been submerged in water.
It float here, so they drag it on top of water?
Yeah.
Like it float and you are maybe on a boat, something dragging them, or even swimming, who knows? That's my guess anyway. Where's your little Lynette? Can I also join the
Just
Phantom?
as we thought. This is where the imitation synth was being made.
Yeah, wait a minute. I'm the one that talked to the cat and also bring it here. Why is the Lynette is the one that what? Wait a minute. Why did you recruit me? I mean, these bottles and jars, they're all imitation synth.
Looks like he's got more than just imitation synths stashed around here. In addition to the raw materials needed to synthesize the substance itself, there's a large quantity of cleaning agents and a few drugs I haven't been able to identify. These cleaning agents are likely used to dispel traces of the substance, like its smell. The Special Patrol did some digging into imitation synth. Our records indicate that it's very difficult for ordinary people to detect traces left behind by the stuff. I'm sure that was the case for Pierre as well.
Oh, I should probably use my elemental sight here.
It must have taken a considerable amount of time and skill to ensure all those traces get washed away. But what are these other drugs for?
Disco wee. No? No? I don't know. What do I know? There is nothing. I really hope I can unbind.
The material these bags are made of, it's quite rare.
I don't know if I can unbind the elemental sight from middle mouse button because my middle mouse button is broken now, so it's painful to click that. Anyway, doesn't it look similar to the material used for your magic pockets?
It's the very same, actually.
Oh.
Romaritime flower fiber. But there's something special about the composition of these bags. I took a closer look, and it appears they're not only waterproof, but also corrosion and leak resistant.
Interesting.
Even the strings look specially designed to keep the bags closed nice and tight.
So something about the water then.
I came across some bags made of the same material just now, but they were much smaller and thinner. From the look of them, they seemed far less durable as well.
There's no way he swim, right? I mean, so kind of like one of those small sealed bags.
Very similar, actually. Normally, it would be easy for a guard poodle to sniff out the imitation synth, but if it was sealed away in a bag like that, it might be possible to elude detection for some time. But what could these big bags be for then? If the goal is to keep the imitation synth hidden and sealed away, these bags seem a bit too conspicuous.
I see.
Based on the various ingredients we found, this appears to be where Pierre was cooking up his imitation synth.
Ooh, let him cook.
It looks like he used a special cleaning agent to get rid of any residual traces of the substance on his person before he left. That's how he was able to get past the guard poodles.
That's why the Marcius Phantom didn't find anything suspicious in this home.
So then he transferred the imitation synth into small sealed bags and took it somewhere else for the drop-off.
Yep.
No. I don't believe our suspect is the kind of person who'd go around carrying incriminating evidence with him. That would potentially create too many eyewitnesses. The cleaning agent and the sealed bags might get past the guard poodles. But if a member of the public or even a guard on patrol happened to see him during the drop-off, a quick search would reveal everything. That's still a very risky operation.
What about if the drop-off happened at the sea? There'd be no one around to see him. And also, again, that's the most logical thing here.
The barrels we found were wet around the base, but the top half was dry. As if they'd been standing upright in the water.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much what you could imagine. I love how they're showing the drawing to just give you imagination of how it's gonna be.
If you put a barrel in the water, it will normally float on its side. Unless it's heavily loaded, in which case it'll sink.
We must have used something to tightly seal big bags full of air, which is the one that Lynette found. Interesting. And turning them into airtight flotation devices.
Yes. With flotation rings around the body of the barrels, they'd stay upright in the water. And then he could afford to load them more fully.
Oh. Again, I kinda already know how it goes, but thank you for showing me those.
You think he used floating barrels? I suppose if he acted at night, when there are very few other boats around and visibility is low, it's a valid theory. We can't rule it out.
But then, wouldn't the barrels be carried off by the waves or the currents? How would the person doing the pickup know where to look?
Nowhere. Barrels that could float away and get lost at sea. So difficult to keep in one place. Kind of like certain pets.
Traveler, can you come take a dip in the sea with me? I have a feeling that somewhere down there,
That's too
we
soon.
might find some rope. If a rope can be used to keep a pet from running away, then why not a barrel?
That's... Lynette, Shavras, you're not gonna stop her. We're gonna get wet. And I don't have any outfit to change to, no?
I can't believe how much progress we're making with this investigation. Without your help, getting this far would have taken me an awful lot of time and manpower.
And girl power. Anyway, so you guys are not gonna stop him. We don't have any changing outfit. We don't need to change outfit. We can just get wind in our
It's rare
throat.
to see Lynette in serious mode. I wonder how long she'll keep it activated for.
I mean, in order to prove you don't need to protect her, she will activate it as long as she can, maybe? If after this, somebody asked for a cake or just something sweet, I hope my pocket is not the one that we're searching for.
The wreckage of a small boat?
Oh, which means they use both, like I already said that, didn't I?
This isn't the place.
It's already the boat here. What do you need to search for?
This isn't the place.
What? Am I supposed to find something else? I already found the boat. Is that not enough? I see. Ah. There's to be...
Got it. Time to go up and report.
Also, why are the mini boss here? I already beat them. Again, beating them gives you achievement. Also materials, which I hope they give more material. Dolphin dive. Never mind, I did not do dolphin dive. Okay, or perhaps it doesn't work because Chiori doesn't count as Fontaine character. Who knows?
As expected, we found a few pieces of rope and some anchoring stones underwater. If you attach them to a floating barrel, it would look like this.
Oh.
With this anchoring system, it would be possible to use floating barrels for the drop-off. You would just need to drop them in the water at the agreed-upon location.
I actually think that it's gonna be like that, but I didn't know it's gonna be like a balloon floating like that. I know it's gonna anchor, but I didn't know it's gonna tie up to the bottom of it.
We also came across the wreckage of a small boat. It must have been left out on the water and capsized due to the force of the wind and waves. Its small size, however, would have made it perfect for staying undetected.
Because underwater there's also like a wave and everything, right? It can get pushed away. So unless it's a very, very heavy stone, yeah, that thing's not gonna stay.
Let's talk this through.
That one looks
Based
small.
on the evidence we've collected, it seems like Pierre would row a small boat out to the agreed-upon transfer point, drop off the barrels, leave, and then row back and retrieve them after the transfer was complete.
Hey, row your boat. Why is such a convoluted drop-off method though? Wouldn't it be easier for both parties to just meet up at the transfer point on their respective vessel and just exchange the good right then and there? Perhaps he is being careful, just in case that person is a guard.
It could be that he was trying to avoid meeting up with his associate face to face. As one of the sole survivors of the Lefebvre family, maybe he was just used to that sort of elusive lifestyle.
Or perhaps they just used Lefebvre family as their cover.
It seems like Pierre deliberately chose the floating barrel method so that the goods could be dropped off and picked up at separate times. That way, the two parties wouldn't have to meet each other.
Well, if that's the case, they must not have a very close working relationship.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. Assumptions can be detrimental to solving a case. It's possible they were just trying to keep a low profile. Two boats sailing to the same location at once could be too conspicuous. The most important thing is that we can now confirm Pierre wasn't acting alone. The floating barrel drop-off system is proof enough of that. Let's say for now that he was only in charge of producing the imitation synth. That would mean there has to be at least one other person involved in the operation, likely in charge of transporting the goods across the border.
Yeah, but we already know that. That explains why we couldn't find evidence linking him to any overseas operations.
Since we've determined that the goods were transported by boat, maybe we can track down some travel logs or something.
We can certainly check the various ports for that information. It's possible, however, that Pierre's associate also used a small boat for the transport, and docked along the shore rather than at a large port. If that's the case, it's unlikely there would be any record left behind.
Have you looked into the port already?
Absolutely. Before Pierre disappeared, we made sure to investigate all sorts of outward-bound vessels. We also had port authorities keep a lookout for anything suspicious. Unfortunately, we were never able to find out how they managed to get the imitation synth across the border.
A small boat and a few barrels isn't going to get you very far. Which means you cannot go in.
You're right. Whatever vessel was used for the pickup, the person responsible for smuggling the substance out of Fontaine would have had to use a larger vessel for the actual transport. That's the only way they would be able to smuggle on a large enough scale to make a profit.
What if they don't use water?
They must have found a way to disguise the imitation synth to clear port inspections.
Even if we cannot find any travel logs, we can still search for, I don't know, other clues.
Exactly. We can't let any opportunities slip through the cracks. Although, given the amount of ports that could be involved, we should probably split up.
Like our family, wait, what?
I'll run home and ask some of my brothers and sisters to try and dig up some information.
Like Lynette and Lynette's parents, what?
I should also head back and update my platoon on our progress. I'll grab some reinforcements while I'm at it. Lynette, Traveler, why don't you head to Lumiduce Harbor and see what you can find out?
Got it.
All right. Come on, Bonnie. You too.
I love how we're taking care of this. Nice. Talk to I was just wondering what just happened there. Okay, that's interesting. Huh. I like again their style of storytelling right now. They are actually showing the thing. So that way you just don't imagine if you actually have no idea how it looked like. The cat meowing is cute. The net meowing is also cute. So I need to stop. Alright, let's go. I can't switch character at all. Why is my ping so high?
Oh, Lynette, Traveler. And Bonnie, too.
Oh, it's you!
What brings you all here?
Did something happen?
We're here to check the travel log. Hello, Sheree. You're also cute. Why is everything so cute?
Oh. I see. Thank you for everything you're doing for the people of Fontaine.
You sounds like you're sick right now. What are you doing here? Why is that our question?
I'm in charge of guarding the port. You mentioned you were after some travelogues, right?
Yep.
I can go fetch those for you.
Go and fetch them. Thank you.
Looks like I've got another hard day of work ahead of me.
Ah, sure. Hey, what happened? Wait, I didn't know there's a little. What are they again? That looks sad. Are things usually pretty hectic around here?
No, not usually. It's this incident that happened recently. Before that, everything was normal. All we had to do was confiscate anything suspicious and we could call it a day. Pretty simple stuff.
This is the first little fella that we meet that is not positive thinking, or not just like happy and free.
But things are much more complicated now. We somehow let suspicious cargo pass through the port undetected. Not even our guard poodles were able to sniff it out. Even worse, we still don't know how the perpetrator was able to conceal the goods so well.
By suspicious cargo, do you mean imitation synth?
Yep. However, prohibited substances are just one example. We confiscate all sorts of contraband during the course of our inspections. Or at least, we're supposed to.
So what happens to the goods you confiscate?
Oh, we keep them in a storage locker. If they turn out to be something particularly dubious, we'll turn them over to the Maison Orderly.
Oh. You didn't destroy it, that's the problem.
If the goods are only slightly suspicious but could otherwise be harmless, like raw materials that could potentially be used to create contraband, we return them to the ship they were confiscated from, instead of letting them pass through the port.
Oh. So that's pretty much the imitation synth. So you give him back instead of letting them pass through?
Sorry for the wait. These are the travelogues for all the recent activity at the port.
And
Oh, you brought Gerard with you.
Actually, he followed me here himself. It's like he smells something on me.
there's a cat, there's a dog.
Huh. I wonder why Gerard is reacting to you two so strongly.
Well, maybe because we just left the place where the imitation synth was made. Whatever Gerard smelled on you probably came from us.
Huh? We were so careful not to touch it, but we still ended up with traces on us. If it leaves a residue so easily, I just don't understand how the culprit was able to disguise the goods at all.
Why don't you have a look at the travel logs first? All ships coming in and out of the port are recorded here, except for the ones the port authorities ride to and from work.
Okay, you flip through a numerous travel log. You notice several instances. Human society is listed. They use pets, maybe?
The Humane Society.
I forgot, yeah, whoever they add into a story, there's no way they got nothing to do with it. So Humane Society might got something to do with this. We have encountered that organization before, right?
Their name is all over the exit logs. The purpose for leaving is always listed as overseas adoption.
Oh, that is why they try to get the cat, because they know the cat is. As soon as they know this, the other person is a guard. That person purposefully say it's not their cat. So my suspicions at first about that person being a cat kidnapper or something like that, wasn't that wrong then?
The director of the organization explained that actually. He said a lot of the cat and dog breeds unique to Fontaine are also very popular overseas. So his organization offers an overseas adoption program.
Bernard, the director of the Humane Society, was the man who came looking for Bonnie earlier.
Yeah, that's two dots connecting to each other right now. The cat that fled from Pier looked just like the cat that Humane Society is looking for. Could that really be coincidence? It's not. It seems that if Bernard was also hiding something, he seems so insistent. But only ran cursory check before just leaving like that. When he came looking for Bunny earlier, what if he wasn't actually there to check if Bunny was the missing cat or not? Maybe he was there for some other purpose. He tried to find something on Bunny.
Have you figured it out too, Traveler? The way the criminal disguised the goods?
Yep.
When Bernard asked to take a closer look at Bonnie, He was actually checking whether there was any imitation synth in her stomach.
He was using the animals at this shelter to smuggle imitation synth.
Wait, what?
The sealed bags we found at the secret base. They were specially made to be corrosion resistant.
So that they won't be digested.
There were gaps around the lids of the barrels, and airbags were used to keep them upright in the water.
So that the animals will be able to breathe.
Those drug shovers found at the secret base. She most likely didn't recognize them because they're not used on human beings. It's an anesthetic used on pets. The perpetrator must have given it to the animals.
That's how they smuggle it. So that they will keep still in the floating barrels.
Pierre must have made the animals swallow the sealed bags full of imitation synth at his secret base. Then he stuffed them into floating barrels and left the rest to Bernard.
Dang, that is so cruel.
The sealed bags combined with an animal's body odor would certainly be enough to mask the scent of imitation synth.
That is so cruel, what the heck?
During our inspections, we would have never thought to inspect the bellies of those animals for anything suspicious. Even if we tried to feel around for something, I'm sure it would be difficult to detect.
How the heck would you even know that? How the heck would you ever inspect the bellies? Bruh, yeah, this is so dark, what the heck?
Exactly. I bet Bernard even transported animals with synth in their stomach alongside ones without. That way, it would be even harder to say with certainty that something was amiss.
This is so far-fetched, what the? Do you think Bunny could have imitation synth in her stomach right now?
She's probably in the clear. Otherwise, Bernard would have never left without her. I'm guessing he didn't know whether Pierre had already hidden the next batch of imitation synth before he fled. Just imagine. He sees the notice we put in the Steambird, and it turns out that one of the very cats he gave to Pierre for the smuggling operation is out in the open, roaming the streets of Fontaine.
I'm guessing the ribbon is the one that gave it out.
If Pierre had already hidden the next batch of imitation synth, then Bonnie would practically be living proof of their crimes. He would have had no choice but to go after her.
So, that's why he came to find you and insisted on taking a closer look at the cat.
Yeah, we kind of already got through that. Hello? Where are you? You must have fled in a hurry. That face probably what spared Bunny.
Wait a second, I'm a little lost here. I get the part about hiding the substance in the pets, but those, what did you call them again? Floating barrels? Why even put the animals in there in the first place? If you've got something as convenient as a floating barrel, why not just stuff it with the imitation synth directly? Why not wait to hide the stuff until after the exchange has been made?
In order to make sure the animals could swallow the sealed bags, they made them extremely thin. Had they not done that, the animals would have likely bitten or chewed through them.
Which means they're gonna eat the drug. Huh. And if any of the imitation synths leak out, they also would have needed a lot of cleaning agents to get rid of the resulting smell.
That step would have required a lot of energy, as well as a certain amount of technical expertise. So it was better left to the more experienced Pierre. We've already proven how easy it is to pick up trace amounts of imitation synth, so I'm sure Bernard was taking all the precautions he could to avoid the same fate.
Okay, then let's head to the Humane Society right away and bring that guy to justice. I'll bring a Gardamek to speed up the process.
Now, we don't have a proper proof yet. We don't. Because, yeah, if there's none, then it will be... Okay. For some reason... Oh, the ping is pretty high. What happened to Genshin server right now? It's dying. Alright, let's go to Adventure Guild. Or Adventure Guild, wait, what? I wonder if there's any achievement for the card thingy as well. Perhaps there is. Who knows? We'll see.
The headquarters of the Humane Society should be somewhere around here. Bernard could show up any moment now.
I love how these houses have been used for a lot of story.
Ah, you're the people from earlier. Wait, you're from the guards?
Hey, you seem awfully nervous, buddy. What up? So, this is funny, huh?
After him! We can't let him get away!
Lynette's skill? Get over here! That was easy.
Give it up, Bernard.
Your trouble or your problem is that you try to run away.
Mercy, have mercy. I'll talk. I'll tell you everything I know.
That was easy.
The Humane Society has done so much good over the years, and yet you have committed such an atrocious deed in its name.
Look, I didn't have a choice, okay? My father cared about those blasted animals so much, he didn't bother to take care of his human wife and son at all. While those animals were showered with love, I lived worse than a dog.
Your problem.
No one asked. Tell me, how did you first get to know Pierre?
That is so cruel. Wait, I was just joking, but this one is so cruel. I love how straight to the point she is. Dang.
Well, after I took over the Humane Society, it gradually became harder and harder to maintain its operations. Until one day, someone suddenly passed me a letter.
Bryce, I can't believe what just happened.
It said that I could stand to get a large sum of money as long as I helped them to transport some animals abroad. It was only after a few such transports that I finally understood what I was really transporting. But then, Pierre wrote to me, saying that we were already partners in crime and that I better keep cooperating with him if I didn't want to be reported to the guards.
Ah, you should have reported to the guard first, cause, well, again, you didn't know in the first place, so you shouldn't be in trouble, I think, right? No? Just me? Does that not right?
I would order wooden barrels and flotation devices according to his instructions, and then load the sleeping animals onto a boat. Once I sailed to the location he provided, I would dump everything together into the sea. And a few days after that, I'd come by again in my boat and pick up the animals sleeping in the barrels. Once I had received enough of them, I'd bring them to the harbor to be adopted abroad. That guy, Pierre, he was running the entire show. He set up all the meeting times and found all the foreign adopters. Oh, and he even supplied all of the goods too. I just did the transport. He was the one who planned out and executed everything else.
The problem right now is that you already know what you're doing, but you're still doing it. So you're gonna be still in trouble. If we ask, so where is he right now? The answer is probably you have no idea. Because again, it's Beryl. Never meet face to face.
Look, I don't know, okay? I've never ever met him in person. We've
Yep.
only ever communicated through letters.
I knew it.
And when did he send his final letter to you?
Just last night, he said that the Marechaussee Phantom is now after him, so he's planning to go into hiding for some time. He didn't mention where he's thinking about going, though, but he did tell me to look out for the guards.
It's been a few days since Pierre's last appearance. I'd wager that he sent that letter after he found his hiding spot.
So where's the letter came from? Or where is it now?
I burned them. It was on his orders. I had to burn every letter after reading them. I wasn't even allowed to share them with the rest of the society employees.
Sure sounds like you're trying to use the lack of witnesses or evidence to pin the blame on Pierre.
No, I swear, this time I'm only telling you the truth.
Well, we can check the truth of your statements at the Opera House. I hope you know what'll be coming for you if I were to find any discrepancy between the evidence and the testimony you just gave.
I know, I swear I was just telling the truth.
My thanks to you both. Had it not been for you, I really don't know what would have happened to this case.
It will still bring to justice because Chevras is actually not... Chevras is actually pretty smart to do all of this stuff.
Bonnie helped too.
Yeah, it's like, it's not just two of us, you know? Bonnie also helped.
That's true. It was all thanks to her that Bernard was finally exposed.
Righty, Bonnie suddenly runs and hides behind you and Lynette.
And it looks like she's grown quite fond of you two as well. Then I'll leave you be. Just let me know if you find any other new leads.
Well, Bonnie seems like hate you the most, actually, so that's interesting. What happened? Oh, Lynette feels bad for all of those animals. It's alright. Lynette's aggression seems a bit unnatural. Seems that Lynette has something on her mind. Whenever it's written like that, am I supposed to like pull out this thing over here? Like pull out this? No? We got 16. What do you think? Attempt to close the case. Something on your mind still?
It was that obvious, huh?
Well, yeah.
Well, even though it didn't feel like Bernard was lying, after talking to him, I'm getting an even stronger sense that something's not quite right. We investigated so quickly that perhaps we've missed a thing or two along the way. Let me activate deduction mode and consider things again from the top to see if we can find anything new.
Oh my god, like every time Lynette says something like, let me activate that, hibernating mode close or something like that, I was like, are you sure you're a human? I know you're a cat, but are you sure you're not a robot? Because we know for Tweet create robot. Catherine.
Is there still anything unresolved or strange that we should try to consider?
About what we found in Pozan about Bernard's letter, there's an unexplained part in the operation of this trafficking ring still. About... I actually have no idea. Trafficking?
Well, we've discovered that Bernard is responsible for the trafficking, while Pierre deals with supplying the goods. Is there something else in this scheme that we're missing?
Communication. Lumin, talk. You didn't talk? They always communicate in writing and all of those letters have been burned, so we can no longer confirm the trace. But that's gone. According to Chevra's investigation, Pierre has been formally reprimanded for this synth-related research and can no longer get any material from the Fontaine Research Institute. Where did they get it from? Ledger. Bernard can be compensated for his work after completing a shipment. No suspicious record will be left as long as he received the fund as an individual, rather than through the Humane Society. Handoff. We've already proven that Bernard Pierre coordinated their handoff by passing floating barrel to each other on open stretch of water. So that got nothing to do with anything. Any past member of the Levier family will probably have a number of connections outside of Fontaine. So, I love how it's obvious. Why do it have to be obvious? Whatever. No, I don't think that can be.
There's no need to rush. Let's see if we can find any other suspicious points about this case.
Okay, about what we found in
The
Pozan.
Marechaussee Phantom found Bonnie and the Lefebvre pendant at Pierre's residence. That was the beginning point of our investigation.
Yeah. Bunny pendant, the end of Love Affair. The pet hand of this one, probably. Love Affair family is famous in Fontaine, even their innocence became target of revenge, but Pierre just carried the pendant with him. Oh, which means he is not Love Affair family. Bonnie has been with Pierre since that the pendant. Pendant proved as owner illegitimate child of Love Affair family, but this should be all. Pet hand off. According to Bernard, well, this only did associate this with the pet hand off. Initial suspicion. Pierre became the key suspect in the case because of a suspicious cat and a pendant. Yep. So,
Why would he leave such an obvious trail for us to follow when he took so much care to not leave any traces of imitation synth in his home?
because he is not Love Affair. About Bernard is letters.
Bernard claims to have received a letter last night from Pierre.
Bernard.
In the letter, Pierre stated that he had gone into hiding. Is there something wrong with the letter?
The method. Regardless of whether he sent it anonymously or secretly different, it's no longer something we can follow up on. The letter did mention Pierre's hiding spot. Lost cat Bunny. But I already been on the loose for a few days. When we found her yesterday morning, that means that she had already broken free when the letter was written. Oh. If the point of the letter was to tell Bernard to get on his guard, then why didn't it also warn him about Bunny?
If Bonnie had imitation synth in her body, then she was a liability that had to be recovered at all costs. But if she wasn't carrying anything, then it would have made sense to tell Bernard not to worry. And thinking about it, Bernard only attracted our attention in the first place because he came to look for Bonnie. Could it be that the person who wrote the letter also knew nothing about Bonnie's whereabouts? Or they had a separate goal entirely?
I I have no idea what we are talking about, guy. What do you think, card? If it's on top of 10, then yes. What is that? Oh, it's 7. The answer is no, Lynette.
Perhaps we are now closing in on the truth.
Yeah. Oh, this one to close it. Okay.
Now behave and follow me to the interrogation room.
Behave.
Ow, that hurt. Ow!
Contemplation, they're about to leave. Is it really okay to let them go? No, it's not. They're hiding something. Clue imitation, suspicion +5, clue letter's purpose. They're about to leave. Why are we using the card? 13, fate decided. 23. So that's... Oh, you have to talk to Lynette to get those extra cards. Oh. No, we can't let them get away. Hold it right there!
Is there something else you need from me, traveler?
Bernard and Pierre. They weren't really acting alone, were they? Or are they the same person all along?
Huh?
I see. It all makes sense now.
Hey, what are you talking about? Look, even our confessed criminal here has no idea what you're saying.
Because he has been kept in the dark all along. And I assume it's the same with Pierre.
It's like the puppet play. Two people are the puppet and the master behind of them all. Bernard thought he was communicating with Pierre, and Pierre thought he was taking order from Bernard. But little did they know, all of this time, neither of them knew that there was a third person all along.
That never quite added up for me. Why did Pierre feel compelled to return to his home with Bonnie and the pendant, and make them so easy to find for the Marechaussee Phantom?
Any animals Pierre received from the floating barrels should have been taken directly to his base, and considering his precarious situation, the pendant should have been the last thing Pierre would leave laying around.
Both of these things are in stark contrast to his usual meticulous and vigilant behavior. There's only one reasonable explanation. He was following orders, just like Bernard. He probably received the following instructions right before the Phantom came knocking on his door. Bring the cat and the pendant, and our undercover agent will be sure to help you. Unbeknownst to him, however, the third person who wrote that letter to him had long decided to sacrifice him and Bernard to save themselves.
They instructed the two men to communicate through a letter and barrel specifically so that they never get to meet each other. Honestly, this third person probably planned to sell both of them out from the very beginning.
What? You can't be serious. There was a third person involved?
Yeah.
If you focus only on Bernard's testimony, it's easy to believe that only Bernard and Pierre were working together. The case appeared extremely simple. Bernard did the trafficking, Pierre the imitation synth production, drugging, and stuffing.
What do you call when there are three men working together? With everything accounted for, the third person who would then be clear of all suspicion.
Wait. But that doesn't make any sense. If that's the actual truth, then as soon as Pierre is caught, he'll explain his side of the story and the third person will...
Oh, it's too late.
Yep, which is why the third person made sure that Pierre would never be found again.
Yep.
Once they had instructed Pierre to expose himself, the third person wrote to Pierre again, suggesting that everything had been taken care of, and he should take Bonnie and safely return to his base.
But little did he know he'll get captured. Yeah, and make him disappear forever.
Of course, Pierre's disappearance at such a sensitive time immediately made him a prime suspect. Knowing that Bonnie had last been seen with him, all the third person would have to do from that point on would be to lead the Phantom to investigate the Humane Society and get Bernard to confess the truth.
Which Bernard don't know all of the truth, and Bernard will, people will think he is lying. Bernard will then testify that Pierre was the one who came up with the whole plot, and Pierre will be seen as having gone into hiding in anticipation of getting caught.
Wait, so you're saying that the letter I received yesterday, the one that made me think Pierre was still alive, it was also sent by the third person?
Yep.
Is that what happened? I'll get back to headquarters right away and reinvestigate this case from the top.
Not so fast. Bro, this, why is it so dark? What is going on here? Unaliveable? the not so good thing to consume. What?
Chevra said that assumptions can be detrimental to solving a case.
Yep.
Someone among us, however, has been feeding us all kinds of preconceived notions ever since our first meeting. They suggested that Pierre's disappearance was an attempt to escape the judgment of the law, and that Pierre was a scion of the Lefebvre family. But if the disappearance is truly just a cover-up for a murder, then couldn't the true scion have been an illegitimate daughter, rather than an illegitimate son?
What do you think, Miss Elodie Leverfair?
Huh?
Pendant.
Haven't you taken this joke a bit too far? You're right. I did let a lot of assumptions get to my head when I first started to talk to you about the case. I'll make sure to correct my behavior.
You deliberately fed us lies, but even you could not control every last detail of your plan. There was a flaw in your scheme, and something didn't quite go as planned.
I didn't know the story goes this far. Wow.
Getting the Marechaussee Phantom to notice Pierre was only the first part of your plan. Had they failed to take notice of the Humane Society, they could have cast a wider net.
I guess that's why she said no more talking to Bernard.
And you couldn't
Or no
predict what they might
question.
possibly find, if given enough time. This, of course, was the main weakness of your plan.
And once the Special Patrol and Linny got involved, it became even harder to control the outcome of the investigation.
As someone accustomed to acting from behind the scenes, you didn't want to take the risk of personally proposing a raid on the Humane Society. So, you thought about pulling a few more strings, so all the suspicion would point towards Bernard and his society.
A great option, of course, will be to also dispose of Bonnie and leave her body at Pierre's base in anticipation of later discovery. Bro, that's so dark.
Once the Phantom expanded their search, it would only be a matter of time before they found Pierre's base. If a cat last seen with the suspect turned up dead at the imitation synth base, it wouldn't be long until the Phantom would figure out exactly how she had been mistreated and turn their eyes towards the one organization that has been sending boatloads of animals out of Fontaine.
However, something unexpected happened at the base. Bonnie managed to escape in the chaos. God help foreseen this and save Bonnie.
It was
Fate have
probably
speak.
during your ambush of Pierre. You didn't even have the time to check if she had already been stuffed full of imitation synth.
That's why you want Bonnie as well.
Still, you soon found another opportunity. Before long, Bonnie had made her way back into the city, and even popped up on the Steambird. Like Bernard, you desperately wanted to confirm the contents of her stomach, so you hurried to find us. Unlike Bernard, however, you were hoping that Pierre did have the time to make her swallow a load of imitation synth. While investigating the suspect's cat, we unexpectedly discovered that the suspect has been smuggling imitation synth using living animals as intermediaries. That was your plan, in any case. With that, you'd have been able to lead the investigation towards the Humane Society.
But Bonnie was very lucky. But you were extremely unlucky.
Bonnie had managed to escape before Pierre was able to stuff her full of imitation synth. That part of your plan could no longer be carried out. But as shrewd as you were, you came up with another plan right away. You manipulated the Traveler and I to help you identify Bernard as a key suspect.
You knew Linny was investigating the case with Chevras, and you also knew Lynette's previous encounter with the Lefebvre family.
You used the Lefebvre name as bait to get us to join your investigation. With 2 extra bodies around, the Special Patrol is sure to soon take note of the strange event of Bernard somehow having a reason to look for Pierre's cat.
So, what you're saying is, I went to all that trouble just for the chance that you might put forth the suggestion that would lead you down the wrong path.
Of course, you did far more than that. Just now at Lumidus Harbor, were you not the person who highlighted the suspicious activities of the society?
Also, another thing is, didn't the little puppy also follow you? Also, by showing us the port is travel logs.
Oh,
Yep.
You even highlighted the society's activities during your compilation of the logs, so they'd be immediately visible to anyone examining the records.
Yep. She immediately say like the Humane Society is the one that passed.
Moreover, the logs contained no records of the Port Authority's activities. In other words, your activities.
And what are you trying to suggest with that?
I am insinuating that you had plenty of opportunities to transfer the raw materials for imitation synth from the harbor to a boat, and then sail over to the meeting place full of floating barrels.
Once Bernard had placed the animals in the barrels, you'd open the lids and also dump in the raw materials. As long as you did it before Pierre came for his pickup, there'd be no one the wiser.
And that's how neither the trafficker nor the manufacturer knew there was a third person who supplied the raw materials and surreptitiously operated between them.
First, you got in touch with the both parties and secured the raw materials. Then you instruct Bernard to prepare the floating barrels and the animals. After that, you slip through the raw materials into a barrel next to the animals and request that Pierre pick up barrels and bring them back to his base.
Pierre manufactured imitation synth using the raw materials you provided, stuffed the animals, and placed the animals back into the barrels. Having received the green light from you as Pierre, Bernard then retrieved his animals and shipped them out of Fontaine once he had received enough for a full batch. This is the truth behind your smuggling ring.
I can't believe it. I never put 2 and 2 together.
Nobody can put 2 and 2 together, Bernard. Is that I just sound smart reading all of those. No, I am already lost what is going on.
You've sure got an extremely lively imagination.
So what do you think she's going to say next?
Ever thought about career in writing crime novel? Do you have any evidence? Yeah, crime novels?
Ever thought about a career in writing crime novels, huh?
It appears that it's quite easy to predict what you'll think or say. Then if we apply that to this case, we can also think of a few places to look for incriminating evidence.
It's so cute. I like that. That's so cute. Again, we're predicting what she's gonna say, and then she proceeds to say it.
You know very well that this case will not end until Pierre is found. So you will have him commit suicide out of fear and shame to end the investigation for good. That way, you can also pin the blame for the overseas smuggling activities, the theft of the harbor's confiscated raw materials, and even the Lefebvre name on him. After all, dead men tell no tales.
Dang.
But you still want it to appear as if he had sent that last letter to Bernard, so you have to make sure he cannot be found until after Bernard has confessed to the authorities. To do that, you either will hide his body until you've found an appropriate time to set up a fake suicide scene, or you'll dump it someplace where it'll be hard to determine the exact time of death. Submerged in water, for instance.
Sudoku scene and unalive. Exact time of unalivable, yeah.
The location would ideally allow you to keep the body hidden for some time while also letting you keep an eye on it.
You could also keep him in a very cool environment to be handled later. Or set a fire to make it look like, it burned thyself into crispy, crunchy stuff. An example of such a place might be somewhere in your own boat, or perhaps underneath the water, near the Lumidos harbor.
There are only so many options to hide a person's time of death, after all.
Unalive?
As long as the Phantom investigates each of the possibilities in turn, they'll surely find Pierre's remains. Especially since, as the prime suspect who will now be taken into custody, you will no longer have the time to move him, or set up a fake suicide scene to cover up the murder.
How absurd. And on what grounds will you order my arrest? Don't think for a second that your spouts of nonsense will amount to any kind of real argument. After all, I'm...
Chevros?
Elodie Lefebvre!
There you go! Thank you so much! Yo, that's cool! I know Chevros gonna arrive. That's why I just called Chevros. Awesome.
As the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, I hereby declare you as a suspect in the case. If you have any objections, you may raise them later during interrogation.
Bro, I know Chevros gonna appear, so I just screamed Chevros. Bro, Chevros, Lenny, you're here too.
That's right. We received a message from Lumidos Harbor that you were going to investigate the Humane Society. We didn't expect to run into you at such a critical moment.
While at the harbor, we noticed something else extremely interesting. Apparently, you often used all kinds of excuses to swap your shifts. And if one were to match the times of your shifts to the activities of the Humane Society and those of certain foreign ships, they'd find them to be an exact match.
Bro, I'm so happy when Chevros arrives. And I know she's gonna arrive. Because she's the only one that can catch her.
That's just a coincidence.
There's no such thing, buddy.
Yes, I'm sure you have already thought of a dozen different ways to explain away the suspicious activities. But as far as evidence goes, that should be enough to warrant taking you into custody.
Don't worry. If it turns out that the guards are still unable to find any evidence after all this, Lynette and I will do everything in our power to clear your name.
Although judging by her reaction, I assume no follow-up from us will be needed.
The Lefebvres were infamous for using disguise and infiltration to achieve their goals.
Interesting.
Who would have thought that they would have planted someone within the guards?
Judging from the timeline, they likely arranged for you to enter the guards before the fall of the clan. But they probably didn't expect you to turn it to your advantage and use your job to save yourself during the purge.
Not only that, but you actively participated in the interrogation, arrest, and judgment of the Lefebvres during their fall, thus clearing yourself of suspicion. You brutally and cruelly abandoned your allies as soon as they outlived their usefulness, just like a lizard cutting off its own tail in order to live. You've been doing this for years.
So you played me like a fool after all?
Good night, Bernard. Well, that happened. Bernard? Wait, did they moida Bernard?
What was that word you used? Ally? You think that someone as foolish as him is worthy to call himself my ally?
Oh, by the way, Elodie, it's a bad idea to fight 4 vision holder. Except, actually, 3. I don't have vision by control element.
They were worthless scum. All of them. Not just
Scum.
Bernard and Pierre, but those Lefebvres too. They always just saw me as a tool.
Oh god, what did they do to you? Did they do...
I lost all my chances of a normal life just because I was born into their lot. Not only that, but because they wanted me to become an undercover agent, they stripped me of my name, too.
Oh, strip you of your name. I thought you were stripping you out of something else.
I had to live in constant fear of them while they were alive. And even once they were gone, I had to continue to bury my heritage and my name. Always worrying that their enemies would come knocking at the door. Do you know anything about what I've been through over all these years? My life as the last Lefebvre?
Well, there's something off here. Again, they always use fake and stuff, so it feels like her anger may be part of some kind of bluff.
I don't, and neither do I care.
They are... This story is quite... No one asked about your past. You can save that speech for the trial.
Are you for real? Aren't you a Lefebvre victim too?
Elodie, you're the only one still living under the shadow of a name.
Yeah. Dang, this story so far is always so cruel, it's like nobody asked. Like, it's so dark and cruel. What the heck is going on?
That's enough. Keep your hands where I can see them and do not resist arrest. If you have more to say, save it for the interrogation room.
What a joke. What a joke! Hey!
Oh, it's a bomb device. I was wondering what she's holding. If it's a gun, we can dodge those.
Don't come any closer.
What's that?
Know what this is? I've secretly planted loads of explosives in the Humane Society. Just one step closer and whether they're cats, dogs, or just unlucky human employees, they'll all be blown up into smithereens.
Sadly, we don't have EMP character, do we?
Surely you bunch of goody two-shoes won't let that happen, right?
Yeah, we won, but you also cannot run, by the way. Assist Linny in deceiving Elodie. Stealth launch a sneak attack to Elodie while she is distracted. What is this? We have to get the number as well. Which ending do you guys want? Try to convince Elodie to surrender. Help Shelvras to intimidate Elodie. Ooh, I want to see both of these. Have to be 15 plus 8. Alright. That's... What happened if this... Okay, if it's... The draw is... Okay, save. Save.
I can understand how you feel. Like you, we are also victims of the Lefebvre clan. But if you were to endanger innocence now for your own gain, the public anger towards the Lefebvres would only rise to a boiling point. And the families of the new victims would be dead set on exacting revenge on you.
And what of it?
I'll be your hostage, Elodie.
I thought I'll be your husband. I'm like, what?
What?
What? Don't do this, Linny. Don't!
Thanks for your concern, Traveler. But we need to end all of the hate and violence arising from this clan once and for all.
Again, we are assisting Linny.
I'll raise my hands and come over slowly. I promise that I'm completely unarmed.
I'm watching you. Don't think for a second you can pull a fast one on me.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Just keep your eyes on me. Don't look away.
Why do you have to say that? That's...
Ah!
why do you have to say that? That's hilarious. Yep, definitely nobody gonna do anything. Well then, now that that's done, Achiv passed out.
Phew. So I was right after all. It's easier to deal with the person causing the problem than the problem itself.
And what about the device she had? It's probably fake, right?
This is it. Looks like it's just a toy.
So she really was just bluffing.
Guess that's probably why she suddenly flipped and knocked out Bernard. He probably knew that there were no explosives at the society.
She also pretended like she had a villainous breakdown, even though that probably didn't happen. As if she had no choice but to, unalive to escape her life.
Well, given that she never even showed her face to Bernard and Pierre, I had my doubts that she'd have gone to the society in person to plant explosives.
Yeah, it's kinda too far as well.
Thank you for your help, everyone.
You're welcome.
I'll take them back for thorough questioning and find someone better to take over the Humane Society. I might need a few statements from everybody. Would you be able to come with me?
If statements are all you need, can Linny provide them on my behalf?
Yeah, Lynette kinda don't wanna...
I still need to go back and explain some things to the crew. I also had an appointment with the Traveler before we got interrupted.
Ah, right, the tea! I forgot the tea! Thank you for remembering! Hey, it's the daytime. Contemplation, what did she say again? Don't say that. Oh, since I already forgot, you mean when you said I could stop by your place? Nope, this one. 10. Oh, this is hard. It's 50-50 here. No! That's our first fail. Can I repeat those?
A lot has happened since then. I'm referring to when I invited you over for some tea and also to spend some time with Bonnie.
Yep, I know. It's just the game.
Once I'm done talking with the troupe, I'll take Bonnie home and make a nice cup of tea. You'll be able to find us outside of my door.
Gosh darn it, game. Why? You lose heart if you fail that? Not because you choose wrong option? Right, it's 50-50 as well. This is not fair. This is not fair. Gosh darn it. Ah. That doesn't seem so good. That's it.
You can leave the rest of this to me. The other guards will be joining me shortly. Don't worry, they won't have another chance to escape.
There are still a few things I'm curious about. How did Elodie get her hands on the raw materials?
The materials have many other regular uses outside of being used to make imitation synth, so they're not immediately subject to being confiscated or destroyed. The harbor would usually just seize them for some time while the customs paperwork is filled out and approved. If approved, they'd be let through, and if not, they'd be returned to sender. Elodie probably used her position to replace a portion of the shipment with something else before sending the whole shipment back to sender. Given that the foreign merchants who sent in the shipments were probably working with her in the first place, they likely just never reported the difference in what they sent and what they received. We will, of course, continue to investigate the rest of the details of this case. Now that we've caught Elodie, figuring out the whole scheme should just be a matter of time.
Indeed. That sounds easy, wasn't it? Linny, what do you think about Lynette?
You must have spent a record-breaking amount of time in serious mode today. I can't remember the last time I've seen you like this. Is it because of a special someone?
It's because you're special, Lynette. Is that 1? No, that's 7, isn't it? There are still a few things I'm curious about. How did Pierre get recruited into the scheme?
Based on information that we found before, imitation synth was first circulated on a small scale in Fontaine before becoming a large-scale smuggling scheme. I'd assume that the first offerings of imitation synth came from what Pierre made in his early days. But since he was not experienced with running a clandestine operation, he was soon discovered by guard Elodie. Elodie saw the opportunity to make a great profit in his work, and perhaps even the chance of making a new life for herself, so she decided to cover his tracks. She started writing to him in Bernard's name, using what evidence she had compiled and the promise of enormous profits to blackmail him into cooperating with her.
Interesting. And when it says something about a guard will come and knocking if they didn't do the thing, that means Elodie is gonna be the one that come. Gotcha.
Unfortunately for her, she ran into Lynette. Even though my sister doesn't like to focus too much on a regular day, serious mode Lynette is one of the most perceptive people I've ever known. Still, all of that thinking really saps her energy. I need to go give some statements on her behalf, so I'll leave the recharging to you.
I got it. I'll charge her up. Anyway, that's... Huh. I still don't get why Lynette is serious mode and not so serious, bro. 20! From here on out, it's gonna be interesting. Man, we complete everything except that one last part. At least from here on out, will be interesting. We still got other ending, bruh. This 1 hour 45 minutes? Crazy. I'm here. Oh, there.
Black tea and a cute kitty. Truly the best combo for standby mode.
How about a cute Rick?
Want some?
Want some? Cup of tea, please. A cute, a cute kitty, please. No, I'm talking about
I see she's already starting to snuggle up to you.
Are you not interested in any follow-up development from Elodie's case?
Not at all. Information is indeed very important, but if you were to try to collect every piece of information you come across, your efficiency would actually decrease. Plus, if you just think about it, what sounds more fun? Writing a statement or enjoying a tea party?
The cute kitty!
Great answer. That'd be my pick too.
Can I recover the heart, please?
Had we not run into that case, we could have spent the entire day like this. But now, I'm running low on both time and energy.
The key isn't how long you spend in standby mode. With quality time, you should be able to recharge more quickly.
You're right. I can sense it. I'm recharging very quickly at the moment.
By the way, I still have a question though. When did you start to suspect Elodie? Is it since the start? The breeding?
Something about her rubbed me the wrong way since the very beginning. But to be more precise, it was probably around the time when I saw Bonnie try to get away from her.
Yeah, I also say that Bonnie hate her, so that's why. After you arrested Bernard, back then Aldi tried to get close to Bonnie. I see, so that's what happened.
Elodie tried to get close, but Bonnie deliberately dodged her. Maybe Bonnie had tried to evade her before at Pierre's base. Or perhaps Bonnie just instinctively knew that she wasn't a good person.
Or perhaps before that happened, Elodie shoved something into Bonnie before, which might be the case.
Not everyone who likes cats is a good person. But if cats like you, you're probably alright.
Wait, really? Fair enough. Do a cat like me? Lynette.
Humans tend to overthink things, but cats rely on their instincts, and they're pretty sharp. I mean, just look at Bonnie. She took a liking to you the moment you met.
Wait! Lynette also took a liking to us the moment we met when we first arrived in Fontaine. Wait a minute. With that, the cute ending. We got an adventure investigator and cats. Your story has come to an end for now. Cute! Which means there's Act 2. Dang, that's actually so far. Bro, that's a lot of... I don't even know where it gone now. Alright, let's go to this ending over here. I don't need any hints. It's actually so easy to get every single ending, like one go. So without further ado, let's just continue getting those endings. And yeah, let's see what is this one. Don't tell me to get the different ending, you actually have to fail this. Which is kind of possible without this. Because 20 is too high. There's no way, yeah. We can leave Bernard interrogation to the guard. Let's first rescue the animal at the Humane
Is
Society.
everything really over? I still feel like the relationship between Pierre and Bernard is not as simple as it appears.
Yeah, it seems like you failed that because you don't talk to Lynette, because 20 is the max number.
Also, I've had this strange sense that something's off the entire time we've been on the case. And it has only gotten worse.
I lose a heart.
Ugh, no good. I've still got nothing, and I'm nearly out of energy.
Don't force yourself, just leave it to Linny and the others.
Alright, I'll stop thinking about it for now. At the very least, we've made it so that no more animals will suffer like those poor animals did. And that's what I hope. Let's go to the Humane Society and see if there are any animals left that might still need our help.
So this is not disliking or liking, this is her energy.
Before my energy for today completely runs out.
Oh, this ending you actually have to get the wrong one. Interesting. Save the kitty. The truth remains submerged in the dark undercurrent, yet hope already lies beyond the cage. Luckily, I always talk to the character, so that was a quick ending. Alright, we got two more. A decision. What is the other? That is early. I still like this part where she is trying to make excuses.
Thank you.
Alright, branching part-time. And then that happened. So one is helping Bonnie, aka the Fatomatter. Also, this one also Fatomatter. So if you do neither, I'm guessing that's... Wait, is that gonna be the bottom ending? Because the reception feel like it's gonna be a long stuff as well.
Huh?
If it was if it was that urgent, someone would have come looking by now at this point. That applies both to your troop and to Bonnie's owner.
What you're saying is, since nobody's come looking, I can just keep hanging out with Bonnie for a bit longer?
Yes.
Is that really okay?
Yes. Persuasion, well, Bonnie sure seems to like the idea. 50-50. Hoisha! 18! Ha 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 ha! Oh, are we playing blackjack? What happened?
You make a good point.
We can just stick around here for a while. So if anyone does come looking for you, that'll be fine.
Okay, well, assuming Bonnie hasn't strayed too far from where she went missing, there's a chance we might bump into her owner in either the Steambird offices or the restaurant. So, stick around here in standby mode? Yeah, that suits me.
Come, sit with me together. If you're going into standby mode, shall we find some cat food?
Oh, good idea. Bonnie's definitely hungry.
If we are getting cat food, shall we get some snack for us too?
May as well. We could be here a while.
Well, since we've got cat food and snacks, let's find some place to chill, shall we?
When I was trying to find somewhere I could space out earlier, collect my thoughts, I figured the cafe might be a good shot. Alright then. Plan of action, spend the whole day spacing out. In standby mode.
That's cute. Anyway, that's the ending, right? Yep, that's the ending. There you go. Standby mode. Doing nothing is the happiest thing. Or doing nothing is the happiest thing. I agree. Alright, this one is going not helping Bonnie instead. Let's go and cut to the chase. Okay, let's go. I think you should head back to the drinks reception. I want to do Fatomatter because I feel like choosing this will make her heart goes down. Which means we have to go below. Number? Should I? Alright. That's below 5 though. That is so low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is it possible to get low number? Nope, I got 18. Alright, we're skipping that. I didn't notice they add a skip button. Dang!
Back to the drinks reception.
I mean, clearly you don't want to go. You could just...
Nope, I said it was your decision. I'm not gonna waste any more energy dragging my feet. Besides, the drinks reception is technically part of the job as an official publicity event. So, if I bail on it...
You'll feel guilty about it inside.
I might get sued for breach of contract, and that would be a huge pain in the butt.
In the what?
One other thing. Do you want to come with me? If you're free, I mean.
Sure. So she did ask us to come if we didn't help for Bonnie. Then you'll have at least one friend there. Then you'll have at least one. Hopefully that will make it more bearable.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Ah, that smile. Here, let's go. Anyway, just to put out there for people that's curious, me and Lynette probably is on the same age, question mark, so I don't say anything like you. We are probably the same, not gonna lie. Oh, it's just right over here as well.
There you are, Lynette.
Huh?
Where did you disappear to? Leone and I have been looking everywhere for you. Wait, where did you get the cat?
What in the ram and ram is going on here?
I found her outside. Do either of you happen to recognize her?
I don't think so. Could belong to one of the guests, I suppose.
Oh, sorry, the voice acting is just sounds familiar, but I couldn't tell who. And then there's a little bit of the noise.
Fair enough. It was a long shot.
This is a long shot.
So sorry we couldn't help you, Lynette.
Don't worry. We'll ask around for you. Leone's probably just being forgetful.
Maybe you could leave her with us. We'll take her to the reception desk and see if they know anything. And if not, we'll just keep looking.
Sure. I would help, but I'm a little preoccupied. Sorry to dump this on you.
It's no trouble at all. We're happy to help however we can.
Also, if it's no trouble, I mean, could we maybe get an autograph? And maybe a photo too?
Wait, what? Wait, what? I want to say, wait, what? Also, why do you look like somebody about to touch you? What?
Leone, you can't spring that on her now. Not while she's working. At least wait until the event's finished. One last thing, Lynette. Director Mariu's looking for you. We'll take the cat to the front desk now. See you later.
You are so popular. I bet that is exhausting.
I'm not usually required at these kinds of events, so I don't even have an event mode. Alright, guess I'd better go see the director.
Yeah, head pat. Probably should create that mode.
Spectacular choreography, a masterpiece of mise en scène, and the performance, oh my, groundbreaking, dripping with je ne sais quoi. My congratulations on another magnificent show, sir.
I love how the voice actor trying to read this and then they use that. Yeah, what a splendid word of choice that you got here. Troublesome.
Yes. I, for one, was particularly captivated by the clearly allegorical narrative undertones.
Yes, but
the
of course.
last puppet shines a spotlight on the impact of technological advances in our modern society, particularly as they relate to changing modes of emotional expression and the challenge of mutual intelligibility.
But of course, well spoken, Murray. Whoever the heck you are.
Such a pioneering work, so far ahead of its time. A tour de force of avant-garde theater.
Indeed, that's what I'm about to say as well. Avant-garde theater, Ray. What? What the
I
heck?
can already see the headlines of tomorrow's newspapers. They will certainly be singing your praise, Director Mariu.
I don't believe they'll sing, they'll dance for us even.
But it was a group effort, of course. To convey emotions in a silent show with no facial expressions, the entire cast had to go above and beyond. Everyone truly outdid themselves.
Outline will be us in the first thing.
Speaking of the cast, Jillian, another strong performance from you in Director Mariu's latest show, as of course we've all come to expect from your numerous successful collaborations to date.
That's quite an overstatement. I've only ever played supporting roles.
Side character I see, but it's okay, you're the stars for tonight.
On that point, you stated a few months ago in an interview that you were looking to secure a leading role in your next show. What led you to the decision to stay in a supporting role this time around?
I will say it, are you a reporter? You are, because that reminds me of Charlotte all the time, not gonna lie.
We had a discussion about this, and while Lynette hadn't previously performed in an acting role, we were blown away by her talent, and she was a perfect fit for this character.
Obviously, my friend right over here, Lynette, is the best of the best. After all, she is the best, the cutest, and the awesomest.
Quite simply, this was the role she was born to play.
It's not, but you can say that, I suppose. Can I stop talking like that? Jesus.
Exactly. I was honored to share the stage with her. Lynette worked extremely hard in all of the rehearsals, and she's an incredibly talented actress.
Yes, but of course, don't forget that I'm also her friend. I'm quite talented as well as an actress. I work for ACT. ACT for work.
Oh, Lynette's back!
Hey, Lynette, where have you been?
Were you in standby mode? Some reports say you switched to that state to recharge after a show.
Ah, method acting, of course. Such a compelling portrayal of a mechanical puppet could only be achieved by an actor who lives and breathes their role even while offstage.
I believe that is not the case.
Those seemingly stilted movements were in fact an inspired portrayal of the character. The ostensibly bad acting, in reality, was the product of supreme acting skill.
It's not. You guys are pretty dumb. Bibbidi bobbidi boobidi.
Oh, I went outside and there was this cat there, so I played with the cat for a bit.
A cat? We've long heard that you are a kind soul, as well as an incredible actress. No wonder your debut performance has garnered such popularity.
Don't spew that nonsense, you hear nothing.
This show looks on track to break box office records for avant-garde theater. Lynette, any words for the fans?
Not really, no.
I believe Lynette is trying to say that the act of performance itself is the actor's true means of connecting with their fans.
Whoa, 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 can you shut your mouth, please? Don't shove a word out of her mouth. Or shove word to her mouth, something like that.
Oh, I see. Lynette, any comments?
Right, exactly.
But don't you want the fans to know how you're feeling right now, after the hugely successful opening of your first ever show?
She just gave up.
That's true.
I'm sure the fans would love to learn a bit more about you too.
How interesting.
Observe Lynette to see how she's doing. Not pretty good, I suppose. I will pull out 20. Let's see. 9 or 4. Yikes. Well, that's a hard loss. The next answer sounds very calm. She's fine. She's not fine.
Lynette, how do you find acting compares with performing in a magic show?
Not let a card to determine our character say what about her is kind of bad.
What does the future hold for you, Lynette?
Me and her? Lynette struggled to keep us. She innovated with question and long last. It's alright. Are you alright? Come, give me a hug.
Yeah, it's just... Turns out I can't cope with this stuff even in tea party mode.
Tea party mode?
It's a power-saving mode for participating in conversation at tea parties. Normally, I can get through an entire conversation just with, Oh, that's true. And how interesting.
I see.
But at a tea party, I'm not normally subjected to a constant stream of questions. The energy consumption of that interview just now was 3 times as much as the average tea party.
It's a big adjustment. Give it some time. Maybe after a few more interviews, just a few more, you'll get used to it.
I think I'd rather pray that I never have to do it again.
That's also a good thing.
Lynette, Director Mariu would like you to join the group photo to commemorate the successful opening of the show.
A group photo?
It's just the members of the troupe, along with Maloney and Fontaine. Everyone's waiting for you.
Alright then. See you in a minute.
Can I get your picture? I mean the group picture as well? Now? The next I will go to the group photo.
3, 2, 1, smile.
My thanks to
I thought he was gonna show
every one of
us.
you here for your help in making The Lost Puppet a success. The group photo is already being printed as I speak. You can collect your copy from the first floor after
we will
the
see
drinks reception concludes. May it serve as a reminder of this fabulous performance every time you see it.
Mariu! Get over here. Let's have another drink. There's a few things I need you to glance over for me.
Wait, that means the reception still isn't over? What?
I thought the group photo was the final hurdle.
Same.
Well, At least there's no more people hounding me with questions. I just need to find somewhere to switch to standby mode, and the time will fly by. I hope.
I'm here, it's okay. Here with you. I feel bad for her. Where is she? Second floor to pass the time. Second floor. These people seem to be discussing content towards newspaper. Best to not get close. Yep. Oh. Farina? Wait! I didn't know Farina is here. Interesting. That's new.
Hotel de Bour's Ile Flottante is as wonderfully sweet as ever.
Farina, you managed to get an invite to the drink reception too?
Traveler? Lynette? Oh, wait, hold on. What do you mean, managed to get an invite?
I mean...
I'm an expert in the dramatic arts. Of course I was invited.
Probably forgot about that.
Naturally, people wanted to hear my comments on the emerging art form that is the masked mime show.
So then, what did you think about it?
Remarkable, and a very worthwhile artistic endeavor. Exploring a character with no lines or facial expressions who can only communicate how they feel through their movement. Your performance was beyond anything I could have imagined, Lynette. Clearly, this was a very suitable role for you indeed.
You seem to hear a sound. If you listen closely, you can hear some small noise coming from the back corner.
Is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. Please go on.
Oh.
Guessing she is asking for help?
Basically, I think I'd give it a positive review overall, just not as gushing as the crowd downstairs.
So, you thought they were pretty over the top too?
In fairness, it's normal to bring along some vocal supporters for publicity when a new show opens, but still, this was something else. Then again, I'm no specialist in avant-garde theater. Maybe I'm just not well acquainted with their review criteria.
Why do you have to say avant-garde theater? Why do you have to say it like that? What?
Or maybe it's because I came to the show with some preconceived expectations. I did happen to see the original draft of Mariu's script a while back.
What original draft?
Oh? He didn't show it to you? It must have been a few months ago. He came to me to get some advice from an experienced performer's perspective, and then asked if I could write a few reviews of his new play. I had a lot on my plate at the time, so I had to turn him down. I only skimmed a few sections, but they seemed quite different from the final version. I can't say I remember the plot, but I don't know. The protagonist just seemed more complex, I guess, especially in the last two scenes. Still a mechanical puppet on the outside, of course, but she seemed to have more emotional depth on the inside.
Emotional depth?
Oh, I'm just thinking aloud here. Don't take it to heart. Besides, a script and a play are two very different beasts. There are so many fine details to consider when turning a story into a stage production. More than most people could imagine, especially with a novel art form like a masked mime show. I'm sure Mariu had his reasons for the changes he made. Change of topic. I see you've escaped the crowds to seek refuge on the second floor. Fame can be overwhelming at first, can't it? Perhaps you'd benefit from hearing about the experiences of a veteran celebrity such as myself.
Does that help her? I feel like standby mode means just standing by, not hearing somebody.
No thanks, I'm good.
Ooh.
Pretty sure this will be my first and last time in this situation.
Hey, at least let me finish.
Aww.
I have top tips on dealing with belligerent reporters, slipping away to hunt down snacks during the intermission.
Tell me everything.
There you go, that's Lynette. Gosh darn it.
First, take a seat, mon ami. We must partake of Hotel de Bour's fine desserts as we talk, lest they go to waste.
Yeah, the three of you enjoy some delectable treats.
That was very educational.
Educational isn't the word I'd use. They didn't mention acting once in the whole conversation.
I expect most of the people downstairs have left by now. Time to grab my copy of the group photo and get home.
I didn't even know you gonna try some or try to get some group photo. Oh yeah, the thing that we heard earlier, where is that? Show like a hallway here? Does it really matter? Wait, well, there's nothing. Oh, it's over here. Wait, what? I'm so confused on where the noise is.
The photo must be in this envelope right here. It's finally over. Thank you for sticking around for so long.
You're welcome.
If it wasn't for you, I don't know how I would have standby moded my way through the last few hours.
Any normal person will find an event like this, well, stressful. But enough to warrant Lynette leaving halfway through? When you left the event midway, what was the real reason? I mean, if you really don't want to talk about it, it's fine.
It's fine. It's just... It was such a minor thing. While I was on stage, there was a moment when I felt like someone was looking at me. It was only for an instant, and I didn't even see who it was. But somehow, I knew it was a look of contempt. I got a vague sense of it again during the reception. Like someone was giving me an evil stare. But I couldn't figure out who it was.
Same. Contemplation check success. Few people manage to hide their feeling from Lynette at close range. Whoever it was, they must be a good actor.
Normally, I'm used to lurking in the shadows on the stage and spying on other people. So, it was strange, feeling like I was the one being spied on this time.
Could have something to do with the original script Reina mentioned. Maybe someone is jealous of you. You did land a leading role in your first show.
Or someone just took a disliking to me for no real reason. Sometimes you can like one person and dislike another for equally pointless reasons. Anyway, it was just a momentary stink eye, that's all. Nothing for you to worry about.
You are my fan, so, if you're not worried, then I'm not worried. It's fine.
Okay, problem solved. I'm gonna take this envelope and go home now.
You heartless papa, you have ruined this work. Hand over the role of lead actress immediately. That's not good. What? Is a threat ladder?
You have destroyed this work of art. Step down from the leading role at once. Based on the tone, I'd say threat letter is right.
Lynette, where you got pressured by this? Calm down, I'm here. This is far more serious than momentary sting eye. We need to get to the bottom of it. Wait. Examine the ladder to see if there's anything amiss. Think back to what happened on the first floor. Guess it's the lead lord. Yeah, the lead actress that they were talking about. The unsealed envelope contained the group photo, the thread letter, and some photograph of Lynette from during the show. This was definitely meant for her. The letter demands that Lynette step down from the leading role, but stops short of saying what will happen if she doesn't. Neither of us recognize the handwriting. It's messy. Perhaps it's just somebody that cannot write at all. Cover their track, or maybe this person just has messy handwriting, which is their problem. What happened? There are a lot of people downstairs at the time. All the envelopes were left on the table on the first floor, but nobody was tasked with watching them.
I don't think we're gonna find any more clues here.
Unless Mariax, no, it's probably you have destroyed this work of art.
Yes, let's. Whatever destroyed means, it could have something to do with the original script that Farina mentioned.
Yeah, probably.
Also, I'm gonna have to ask you to stick around a while longer.
It's not a good thing to let Lynette alone. So yeah, I'll stay longer.
I can't believe how well the whole Lynette's debut acting role thing worked out. Even the avant-garde box office is lapping it up.
How could I ever have doubted you? If you hadn't stuck to your guns and kept sending those invitations, this opportunity would have passed us by.
Get rid of the gun. Something bad will happen.
See? I told you. All the time she'd refused in the past were all the more reason to keep inviting her, because it turns into a big talking point.
Yeah, it's just about that you guys just got lucky because Linny is on something.
Can you imagine if you'd gone with Jillian? You'd have been lucky to get half the ticket sales you've ended up with.
There you go. That's the hint there.
True. Well, Jillian still needs to get a few more productions under her belt.
So,
do you have a moment, Director Mario?
Oh! Ah, if it isn't the star of the show! We were just talking about you. Hmm? Oh, and is that the legendary traveler with you?
Wait, you didn't notice us when I'm below there? Okay.
I'm guessing you're here to discuss the show with the director?
Nope.
Oh, you're a talented and hardworking actress, Lynette. It's no wonder you're getting such rave reviews.
Slight check success. Gentleman's Russia seems a bit unnatural. Despite his effusive work, the look in his eyes suggests he's not quite so delighted with Lynette's newfound stardom.
I'll leave you artists to discuss your work in peace. Maryu, make sure you give your star performer and her friend your full attention.
I certainly will. Lynette carries the fortunes of our entire troupe on her shoulders.
And that's not a good thing. Who is that?
Mr. Maloney. An investor or something, I think. I've never asked him.
Ah, I see.
So, what can I do for the two of you? I'm afraid I'll have to dash soon as I'm meeting some friends from the newspaper. Otherwise, I'd love to stay longer.
Alright, we won't take up too much of your time.
We heard that the original script for The Lost Puppet was quite different from the final show. I'm kind of curious to know what the protagonist was like in that version.
Oh, well, this is a surprise. I didn't think you'd be interested in that sort of thing.
Well, we're not. It's just something happened.
It's not uncommon for scripts to undergo major changes as they're being brought to the stage. But I'm afraid there's not much to tell you in this case. The protagonist has stayed the same from the beginning to end. A mechanical puppet with a bumbling body but a sensitive soul. A stranger in time who doesn't belong. There's no doubt about it. You are the protagonist, and the protagonist is you. The success of one is the success of the other, and that's what made this show an artistic triumph.
Until somebody want more than that.
Sorry, you've lost me. Can you put it in plain words?
All right then. Delving deep in the search of core truths is the job of an artist, after all. You shouldn't give your attention to early drafts of the script, Lynette. All it would do is sow confusion where you already have clarity.
No, it doesn't.
The current script is the final version because it is the best version, and your performance best brings that script to life. Why, if it weren't for you, I doubt any audience would give our show the time of day.
Well, you say that, but if everyone is happy with Lynette's performance, then how do you explain this letter?
What letter? Oh my goodness!
I know, right? Jesus is crazy. Yep.
Destroyed this work of art? Really?
Crazy, right?
Well, Director Mario, any idea who might have written it?
No. Who on earth would write such nonsense?
Well, we put it in the envelope containing the group photo, which maybe next time you should put somebody watching the group photo. Could be someone involved in the production.
Absolutely not. Without Lynette, this show would be over. Everyone's hard work would go to waste. No, there's no way that this is someone from the troupe.
You say that. Is there any way Lynette could lie or lay low until this blows over?
Yeah, maybe Jillian could fill in for me for a while.
What? No way, out of the question. The protagonist has to be played by Lynette. Jillian can't... She's just not what the audience is looking for.
Yikes. Also, does the maid have something to do with anything? Okay, I wonder why. Yeah, darting around and he's lowering his voice. Why?
Huh? I've got it. It's a competitor. Yes, this letter must be from a competitor of ours who's trying to get under Lynette's skin.
And how did they manage to send a letter from a group in the group photo?
You can't lie low. That's just what they want you to do. The moment you step back from performing, they'll put their rumor mill into overdrive and drag us through the mud. They're just waiting for their chance to kick us while we're down.
Uh-huh.
A competitor? Really?
Definitely. Those lowlifes. Slander and libel are all their specialties. They drown out the truth with a flood of misinformation, and they stop at nothing once they get riled up.
Huh. You sound very familiar with their method. Talking based off experience? Do you have a particular suspect in mind?
There's so many of them out there. Fame always seems to attract haters, no matter what you do to try and keep everyone happy. But don't worry, I will get to the bottom of this.
Finish your food, bruh. Fame always seems to be attracted haters. No matter what you do to try to keep everyone happy, there will always be somebody that hate it. So yeah, that always happens.
Stay strong, Lynette, and keep up the good work on stage. I have to go and meet my friends from the newspapers now, but rest assured, I'll be discussing countermeasures with them.
Okay, that doesn't help, does it?
So, a competitor, huh?
Do you think that is it? I'm pretty sure both of us know this.
I kinda doubt it. We've dealt with those types before. Usually their goal is to steal our venue for their own show, or to cover up a scandal by planting a story to divert public attention. But at the moment, I don't think anyone's got a reason to do any of that stuff. Let alone pull a stunt like this. A threat letter is quite extreme.
Yeah, that can make them go to the opera epic class.
Besides, when I felt that evil stare, I'm pretty sure it was coming from somewhere backstage. So that rules out a lot of people.
Nice.
I'm actually more concerned about Maryu. When I mentioned Jillian, his reaction was pretty unusual.
So you noticed too.
Especially since Maloney mentioned that the initial plan was to cast Jillian as the lead.
Oh, by the way, talking about achievement, what if, in order to get achievement, I have to get 20? That's gonna be pain.
Sounds like there was an original protagonist as well as an original script. I should probably go talk to her.
Do you know where she lives?
Yep. She told me she lives in the Flow of Sandra.
Ah, I see. Interesting. We might accidentally learn something about her, not gonna lie. Okay. Yeah, this story is gonna be long because we are starting from the start again. But yeah, let's go there. Flow Sandra. Okay, now that we're here, she lives on the second area. I don't know what to call this. Supposedly here, I suppose. Right.
Next customer. Lynette? What are you doing? You're not welcome here.
Yikes, so you are the cause. Also, I accidentally summoned the doll in front of the...
I've been to the Flow of Sandra plenty of times before. This is the first I'm hearing about me not being welcome.
Things are different around here. You might be used to a crowd of bootlicking morons fawning over you wherever you go, but not down here. We know what you are.
Yeah, I see. So you are the... Gotcha.
Bootlicking morons?
She got a bone to pick with you, I guess. We kind of found a person now.
I don't know. I've never met this kid before.
Wait, what?
Gina, stop that! Go home now!
Jillian?
Is she the one that do it? But we never met her before.
No buts. How many times do I have to tell you? That had nothing to do with Lynette.
Oh?
If you don't leave right now, I swear I'll never invite you to one of my shows ever again.
Ah, so he dissed her.
Jillian? Just because Lady Farina speaks highly of you, it doesn't mean you're all that.
Got it. Now we are gonna learn more.
I'm so sorry. Gina's always been a strong-willed child. That's why I never let her visit me at work.
It's okay. I have younger siblings too, so I get it. She's in her rebellious phase, huh? If you let angsty kids get you riled up, they'll drain all your energy. So don't worry, I won't let it get to me.
That's your take, okay.
Well, the situation's a little different in this case, but still, thank you. So, what brings you to the Flu of Sandra?
It's you. We came to see you. Can we talk about the original protagonist?
We heard about it from Maloney. He said you were originally supposed to play the lead.
Maloney, huh? Of course he couldn't keep his mouth shut.
And nobody can. If you wanna keep something, you should keep it with you. Bring it to your grave. Do not tell anybody. Because eventually it will just be one.
I'm sorry. I never mentioned it because Director Mariyu was very clear that I mustn't let any of it affect you.
Circumstances have changed, I suppose. Lynette received, well, this letter
What's
over
this?
here. Yep. Yep.
I don't know, who would do something like this?
I wonder.
Don't be scared, Jillian. Just tell us what you know.
Okay, I'll try. It's true. I was originally cast as the lead in The Lost Puppet. I've worked with director Mariyu many times before, but only in minor roles. The audiences and critics never had much to say about me. Nothing terrible, but nothing amazing either.
Yes, that's good.
A few months ago, Mariyu started working on a new show, so I plucked up the courage to ask him if I could take the leading role. He was hesitant, but he agreed to let me try for the part. We did a few rehearsals, everything seemed to be going okay, but then...
There's been a change of plan, Jillian. The leading role will now be played by Lynette.
Oh, so when we talk about the Jillian and... Okay, you feel guilty but there's also something happening.
Lynette? But she always turns these things down, doesn't she?
And that's why we cannot afford to waste this opportunity. Jillian, I understand how you must be feeling. But Maloney and myself have to do what's best for the production as a whole. Next time, the lead will be yours. I promise.
You said that until... yeah.
I was incredibly disappointed at first.
Obviously.
But I also know full well that I don't have Lynette's star power.
Lynette also don't have Lynette's star power.
Without Lynette, how could we ever convince people to pay money to go and see a masked mime show? And if the show was a flop with me in the leading role, how would I answer to the director and the rest of the cast? Then, I got to meet you on stage and found that you're really down to earth, in a way that not many celebrities are. You were kind to everyone, and your performance wasn't bad.
And she is dying.
Whatever disappointment I had left at that point, I certainly wasn't about to take it out on you.
She is dying doing all of those. She don't like those.
By wasn't bad, you mean it wasn't great either. So, I'm guessing Mariyu changed the script to simplify the protagonist, make her a dumbed-down version of the mechanical puppet that I could actually play.
Interesting, I didn't think about that.
He did make some changes to the script, yes.
How do we get our hand on the original draft? That who currently has it?
Jaik, one of the other actors.
Okay.
He likes to collect Dr. Mariyu's old drafts because he hopes to be a director himself one day. He also lives nearby. I can arrange for you to meet him at the tavern.
Makes sense. I always see him talking to Mariyu. Alright, see you at the tavern then.
At least she actually tried to help us with all of this stuff that's happening. So that's good. Go to the tavern. That is quick. We're already meeting up with what? Not like skip days, skip time. Okay. Which one? Oh, that one. I was like, where? After waiting at the tavern for a while...
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Jillian brought me up to speed on the situation. I'm here to help however I can. Here, this is the script you're after.
It's very rough. Look like he was constantly editing it. It's practically unreadable.
That's always the way with pen and paper drafts. Even the final script is full of last-minute changes by the director. There should be a cleaner copy of the original script in here somewhere. Sorry, it's all a bit mixed up. I just grabbed the whole stack of paper since I was in a rush.
No problem. Now activating search mode. I'll go through one page at a time.
Search mode. Let's see. Oh, when you say that, you mean I become Lynette and search through it. Gosh darn it.
I wonder what got into Director Mariu.
Maybe he's been quietly struggling with something.
I'm guessing money, perhaps? Who knows? A investigation note. There are newspaper clipping amongst the note. 15. So need to get at least 10. 21. Blackjack! Nice. Wait, what? We're not playing blackjack here. What am I doing? Mayor's name does appear in some of these. A series of lukewarm reception. Critical acclaim. More recent year, one of the great of his era. The articles are written by a variety of authors from eclectic range. What is eclectic range? Original. Let's see what difference between the current version of the Lost Puppet and the original script. That one's easier. Ooh. 15. Or 18. Oh, that's 13. I thought it's... Okay. Act 4 seems to be solo performance by the protagonist and the set is just some disparate ruins. There's not saying this will focus on audience's attention. Solo performer. Solo performer? Official script. Alright. 12. Again, this is easy. 20. Close to blackjack. Why am I playing blackjack? What is going on? Heck? Alright, let's see. Does that mean if you succeed all of these? Or maybe fall... What happens if you fail all of these? Which is kind of impossible with... What's impossible? Maybe I failed. Not I can read this at all. That was awkward, wasn't it? Will. But say maybe achievement by succeeding and failing all of those. Nope. I failed the last two. I probably have to repeat this, who knows. Either way, that was interesting.
The protagonist returns to the ruins where she began and performs a dance in honor of her deceased companions. She dances until her joints have rusted stiff and mechanical parts are falling from her body.
Apelia?
Yep. That's not something a novice could hope to pull off after just a few months of rehearsals.
Basic plot is the same. She lost the ability to dance due to, well, wear and tear in her circuitry or mechanic stuff. There's much more emotion behind the scene. The memory of her former companions coming to peace with her life. The simple style and solo performance mean the lead actress has to carry the whole scene herself. It's a much more demanding role than in the final script.
Frankly, I think that the original script is much better, and the original lead is the best fit. Jillian, shall I go tell Mariu to put you back in the leading role?
What? Are you serious? But the next show is at the Opera Epiclese. It's such a huge opportunity.
And who knows how long have Jillian trained for this?
But not such a rare one for me, though, right?
That's different. This isn't you as part of a magic duo. It's a chance to star as the main character in a show. You'll reach whole new heights of fame.
I don't think Lynette won that.
Fame in small doses has its perks, but...
Yep.
Too much and I'll get overloaded.
Overdoses.
But if you play the lead, the fame will be yours, and I get to be free. Sounds like a win-win, don't you think?
It'll never work. There's no way Director Mariu or Maloney would ever agree to it. The set for Act 4 would need to change, as would all the marketing materials. And that would mean asking Maloney for a lot more Mora. Changing actors at the last minute is just too risky. If anything went wrong, it could bankrupt the whole troupe. Plus, Maloney's friends have already published a ton of articles saying how this is the role that Lynette was born to play. No one else can play the protagonist now. If Lynette quit the show and I took her place...
it will destroy the reputation of Maloney's friends, and also none of their future articles will have any credibility, and you probably get trashed by a lot of toxic people.
If Lynette left, they'd sooner stop the whole show than let me take her place.
Stop the whole show? But all the people in the troupe, months and months of everyone's hard work would all be for nothing.
No other members will say anything to try and keep Lynette on board. I see. Convincing him to replace the lead actress won't be easy then. Alright, let's see. Any other way? That is 6, so we just need to get... Oh, that's actually pretty high. Come on. Nice, 20. 3. Not blackjack, we are out, but... Judging from those document marks, true intention seems to be... Aha!
You do? What is it?
All we need to do is... Well, you explain your idea to the group. Yep, just that.
That's a bold plan. I'm in.
Ha.
You know, it's a little crazy, but it might actually work.
No way. It's not worth taking such a huge risk just for a chance to be in the spotlight.
Nope, it is.
Jillian, you said before, whatever disappointment I had left, I wasn't about to take out on you. In other words, that disappointment is still there, but you've kept it bottled up inside. Be honest. You still hope to play the leading role, don't you?
I'm pretty sure if you want to do the thing, and then you do the, and then you got a chance, they actually say yes, but then they turn you down. Yeah, it will bottle up, obviously.
But the thought of putting so many people out just for my sake?
You think they'd be put out? That's not how I see it.
If you don't understand what's going on here, let me give an example. You win a giveaway, and all of a sudden the person said, I'm so sorry, but I ran out of money to, give away the giveaway, so you no longer have giveaway. Yeah, it will bottle up inside you. Something like that. Is there explanation?
Jillian, you were more dedicated than anyone during the rehearsals for the original script. We all saw how hard you worked for this role. And I think you know that unless we decide to make a stand here, the path we're on is only going to take us further and further from our dreams, all of us. So take it from me, you would not be putting us out. Not one bit.
Whether the plan succeeds or not, well, it's up to you, Jillian.
Guys,
You deserve this.
Okay, let's do it. I will play my part.
You got this.
Yes! I knew you'd come around. All right, I'll let the rest of the troupe know and we'll start preparing immediately.
Wonderful. This solves everything.
But the plan was just to immediately put Jillian in when the start of the story happened.
Wait, but what about the threat letter? Do you have any idea who sent it?
Well, that one...
As long as we stick to the plan, I'll give up the lead role, so it won't matter anymore, right?
But surely you want to know who it's from. If they're out there and no one's keeping an eye on them, what if they come looking for you?
I doubt they will. It's supposed to be a threat, but they didn't even say what would happen if I don't meet their demands. Plus, the handwriting is kinda childish. Doesn't look like a professional intimidator to me.
Like I said, it's probably Jillian's sister.
Who knows? Maybe it was just a fan of yours having a moment.
A fan? Of me?
Your sister, again, she said she invited her.
Maybe there's someone out there who really appreciates your talent. Even in the supporting roles.
Well, let's see, 10. That wasn't that hard, was it? Oh, thank God. Bro, this is so hard. If it's 10, it feels like it's just 50-50 at that point. Jillian's sister mentioned that Frina spoke highly of Lynette, but when could she have heard them? Well, obviously when she's in there.
It's getting late. We should be leaving.
Wait, so suddenly?
Come on.
Oh, you got something to talk about. Gotcha. Lynette grab your hand, and leads you to the tavern. Well. We're getting drunk today, boys.
Sorry for manhandling you. You looked like you were seconds away from figuring out who sent the letter, so I had to act fast.
It's the sister, right?
Nothing gets past you.
I already guessed it in the first glance. When we meet her sister, it's obvious childish handwriting, so yeah.
Just because Lady Farina speaks highly of you, it doesn't mean you're all that.
I'm so sorry. Gina's always been a strong-willed child. That's why I never let her visit me at work.
Didn't Jillian... You should have showed a past where Jillian said, I will never invite you again. Yeah, that one. That one give the huge hint. Runa hasn't released her official review to the Lost Puppet yet, which means Gina disobeyed her sister and secretly came to watch her at work. Oh, really? I thought Jillian actually invited her. Because she said, I won't invite you again if you do something like that.
I guess she must have snuck into the drinks reception and overheard our conversation with Farina. She idolizes Jillian, both as an older sister and an actress.
Oh, they didn't fight.
And she watched as the dream role Jillian had been waiting to play for so long got snatched away from her by some amateur who's never acted before.
Yeah, this is Flu Sandre. We're talking and it echo. Technically speaking, the other two already heard it, but yeah. Oh, when Jillian say invite her, she meant when they are acting, not on the drink moment area. Gotcha, interesting.
To make matters worse, all the critics were hailing this amateur as a perfect fit for the role, and even Fontaine's former biggest star was praising her abilities.
So the voice that we heard as well when we were in the drink area is because of her. She makes some kind of ruckus, I guess. Too much for her to take, she wrote that letter in a fit of anger.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Aren't you gonna confront her about it? There's no need, right?
Like I said, getting angry at angsty teenagers is draining.
Yep.
Besides, if it was my younger brother or sister and they found out I'd been treated unfairly or had an opportunity stolen from me, they'd definitely do something far worse.
I can imagine Lynette and Linny. Yeah, I can. Well,
I was in Jillian's position once. Back when Linny and I were starting out, before we got famous, we just had to take things a day at a time. Doing our shows, slowly trying to build up our reputation. So I can understand Gina's frustration. Still, she could definitely use some pro tips on how to write a threat letter.
well, no wonder she is so tough towards you. She must have been the one giving you the evil stare, correct?
No, the way she looks at me is indignant, frustrated, but not malicious. Plus, she didn't even try to hide how she felt.
Which means it's somebody else?
Whoever was giving me that evil stare was backstage. Blending into the crowd at a drinks reception is one thing, but trying to blend in backstage, where everyone's on high alert waiting to be called on stage, would be a lot more difficult. We'll find out who it is before too long. In 2 days' time, at the next show, I think it will become very clear. On that note, guess I'll see you at the Opera House. Bye for now.
Okay. Wait, what? I'm coming again? I'm coming again. I'm guessing. Wait, if you don't play the lead role, what will you be? A side role then? Right, we're on Opera Epic class. What happened?
Oh, you're here. Lynette and Jillian are busy getting ready, so please come with me.
Okay. Interesting. Shortly after following him, Act 1 in the ruins.
That puppet in the middle, is that Lynette? She's so pretty.
It's starting. Keep your voice down.
The protagonist, a dancer, has been abandoned in some ruins. She suspects it's because of health condition with her legs, which has affected her ability to dance. But then, she finds the other abandoned puppets who look just like her. Only then does she realize her illness is just a mechanical breakdown, and she is just a dancing puppet.
Wow, I thought it would be hard to follow, but in the end it was actually very clear.
Even though her face was expressionless and she didn't speak the whole time, I felt like I could really understand how the protagonist was feeling.
Act 2. The Journey. The mechanical puppet believes in a myth. At the end of the world, there's a god of puppets who can turn puppets into human beings. And so the protagonist and her companion begin their quest. But the myth is a lie, spread by someone with nothing but contempt for puppet kind. At the end of their journey, they are kidnapped, dismantled, meltdown, and abused. The protagonist helped her companion escape, but in the process became trapped under the rubble of a crumbling building. She closed her eyes and enters into a deep sleep slumber.
Director Mariyu really is a master of his craft. And so is the actress in the lead role.
I have a friend who saw the show on the opening day. They thought the critics overstated how good it was, but I gotta say, the protagonist is incredible.
Act 2 closed the thunderous applause from the crowd.
I can't believe it's only been a few days since the last show. Lynette's improved so much. Just wow! I'm speechless. Words simply cannot do justice to the sheer excellence we witnessed from Lynette on stage today.
Yep, definitely Lynette for sure.
Your penchant for the hyperbolic strikes again, Amory. Clearly, you weren't at a loss for words when you were writing your article. I saw you hand it to the journalist. Trying to get your critique into the papers the moment the show is over, are you?
Oh, yes, but of course.
Well, you know how it is. The early critics get all the readers. Wouldn't you agree, Mariyu?
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? The first half was a huge success. Even I could tell the acting was top tier.
My apologies, Mr. Maloney. Please excuse me for a second. I need to have a little talk with my actors.
Again, the script is original, right?
Oh, very well. Hey, while you're at it, this might be a good time to talk future collaborations with Lynette.
Well, it's not like that. But sure, I'm guessing the script is the original script instead, so that's why he is worried right now.
Are you guys sure this is gonna work? What if Director Mariyu pushes back? We're already halfway there. We can't back out now. All we need to do is stick to the plan.
What is this plan that you're so intent on hiding from me,
Director Mariyu, I thought you were talking to Maloney and the critics.
Fontaine and Armory have both finished their articles. I went to greet them as a mere formality, but you seem to have availed yourselves of my absence during the first half to defy me. What have you done? Was that really Lynette playing the lead role?
Well done, director. You saw through it right off the bat.
Ta-da!
Mariyu heard Lynette's voice behind him, beside her in protagonist, but without her costume and mask.
Director Mariyu, I was the one playing the lead role just now.
I love how Lynette just casually, ta-da!
I switched costumes and masks with Jillian so that I could be the protagonist's companion and stay out of the limelight.
Lynette, why on earth would you do this?
It doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, the Spider-Man also, I don't think Tom Holland is the one that, do some part of it.
You know my acting is amateur. The only reason I'm being seen as a pro, let alone a pioneer, is because you have critics supporting the show.
But right now there's a whole audience out there, and you have no hope of paying them all off.
If they'd seen me in the leading role during the first half, they wouldn't be expecting anything more. But what happens now that they've seen Jillian in the role? If you force me to play the lead in the second half, they'll be wondering, why is the actress suddenly giving such an underwhelming performance right at the climax of the whole story?
Is it because she's not a good enough actress to play the role? Or is it director not all he is cracked up to be? Were the critics wrong?
These are just some of the questions that will be on everyone's minds during the second half. And those questions will follow them out the doors of the theater after the show ends.
You think the critics will still have any credibility then?
There's only one way for you to save your reputation, and that's to keep Jillian as the lead all the way to the end.
Absolutely not. I'd sooner announce that we're having technical difficulties and need to stop the show.
Ah, I see.
If I keep Jillian as the lead for the second half, what do you think will happen in the curtain call when she takes her mask off? Everyone will see that we've changed actors.
But everybody is still gonna be surprised that, the acting is so good.
What will your fans think? They're only here because of you. And
That's
what
a good
about all the
point.
critics who support you? If we get on the wrong side of them, it'll be the death of the whole show. There'd be tickets to refund, fines to pay for breach of contract. The whole troupe's hard work would go down the drain. Don't you see how much this would cost us? You can't just take a job on a whim, then abandon your responsibility the moment you don't feel like doing it anymore. You're playing games with other people's hopes and dreams.
Are you sure it's us, it's not you?
Director Mariyu, please. You're not being fair to Lynette.
Actually, Jillian, he's half right. I did kind of take this on a whim.
But just half of it.
But my responsibility here is making sure you get back the role that belongs to you.
And I guess part of that responsibility lies with me, considering I badgered you into accepting the job.
Wait, Linny, that's a cool coming in animation. You're done with the investigation with Chevras? I see. Look who finally decided to show up. Did you bring all of your prop?
Sorry I'm a little late to the show. Work's been keeping me pretty busy lately.
I could tell.
Linny? What do you want? Do you think you can snap your fingers and make all my problems magically disappear?
That might be a little tricky, but instead, I could make something else magically appear.
What is that?
What's this?
A draft complaint letter, my contract, your legal fees, reimbursement for the tickets, and an advance on the penalty fee for breach of contract.
Yikes. That's a lot.
Mr. Mariyu, I'm stepping down from the leading role, regardless of whether you choose to cancel the rest of today's show.
If you do suffer unforeseen financial losses from this, you're free to seek damages as per the contract. And if you want to file a lawsuit, there's a draft here that you can use if you need it.
But there's no complaint, right, buddy?
What? I can't believe this. You're literally handing me a lawsuit against you with a straight face.
It's called fairness, buddy.
Of course. All this Mora, it's a pittance to you, isn't it? Must be nice to have the luxury of prior success and fame.
Everybody start from somewhere, bro.
Look at us. We're huge stars. One minute we want to go on stage. The next we feel like backing out of the contract. But that's okay. We're famous. We can afford it. You have no respect for other people's work. You're treating other people's hopes and dreams like a big joke.
It's only you that think that way, actually. Yeah. It's literally trying to save you.
You don't give a hoot how much this show means to other people. You don't even care that the whole production might have to shut down because of you.
That's not true. I do care. And I'm under no illusion as to how much this show means to you.
Oh, brilliant deduction there. Of course it means a lot to me. This is my show. That's the only reason I asked you to be in it in the first place.
Really? Then why do your eyes tell a different story? The way you look at me, it's full of contempt, almost as if I've destroyed your work of art.
Ah, so it was Mary you. He's the one who was looking at Lynette with contempt. Well, I said I already know that.
What? I would never think that.
A couple days ago, I asked some associates to do some digging for me. I was interested to know who else you invited to play the lead apart from Lynette. Surprise, surprise. Turns out that all the other famous actresses you asked either had prior commitments or weren't a good fit for the role. They all turned you down.
And I would have turned you down too, if not for an unlikely set of coincidences.
Didn't
You didn't send those invitations because you were looking for a better actress than Jillian, but because your investor wanted a big name in your show, right?
Director Mariyu.
It's clear as day that Jillian is outstanding actress, but fame was the key of the factor. And that was the one thing that she didn't even have, sadly. Even though she's good, nobody know her.
To get Maloney on your side, you chose to make Jillian the understudy, and then look for an opportunity for her to take the lead.
But then, Lynette actually accepted your invitation, which is again because Lily tried to distract Lynette with something, and her acting debut was sure to attract attention.
I bet you were torn at first, weren't you? Do you stick to the tried and tested formula? Choose Lynette, use her celebrity to get the critics on your side so that you and your investors can line your pockets?
Or do you choose Jillian, so that you and your longtime collaborator can stage the show of your dreams? The original, unedited version of The Lost Puppet.
Whether you did it because of pressure from your investor or because you are lured by the money, ultimately, you betrayed yourself by choosing Lynette. And also Jillian, you betrayed Jillian as well.
Oh,
you bejillian.
I didn't betray myself.
You bejillian.
You mentioned prior success and fame earlier, but you're a well-known director yourself, with countless works to your name. Wouldn't that make you successful too? Or maybe, deep down, none of your current achievements really count as success to you.
Right now, you have an opportunity to send Jillian onto that stage and perform the second half as you always imagined it, faithful to your original script.
Also, make Jillian popular along the way. That way in the future, you got more stuff.
Your work would be displayed for all of Fontaine to see in its true, perfect form.
Did you say perfect?
No, it's a perfecto. Yes! Will you keep pursuing, a kind of success that you don't even value? At the cost of, your own artistic integrity. Which one?
Or will you act now before Maloney and the critics can protest and make your dream come true on the stage? And Jillian's dream. In fact, the dreams of the whole troupe.
And you guys can just start on your own rather than having to get famous actors anymore.
The whole troupe?
Director Mariyu? Actually, most of the money Linny brought came from us. We all chipped in.
We've worked with you for many years now. Your troupe has been here for you all the way from the empty theaters where we first performed to the Opera House today. We watched as you slowly started down a path you used to despise. The path of powerful connections, drinks receptions, backdoor deals with critics, and collaborations based on fame instead of talent.
But this is just a temporary measure. I did it for the good of the troupe. And besides, this is how the whole industry works. Everyone else is doing it.
Yes, we know. Back when you started, you had to bite the bullet and do these things to keep the troupe afloat. But then what happened? You began to embrace these methods more and more, becoming so reliant on them that every show you put out is overhyped by the media, and every script you write is edited to suit some celebrity's needs. Surely you must have noticed what's happening. While we've been performing at bigger and bigger theaters with each show, the applause is getting quieter and quieter each night, and the criticism from people who've seen the show is growing.
Yeah, you can, what do you mean? You can hear it from one of the critics when they're watching the show. They said it's like, overwhelming? Something like that?
Maloney's friends are sycophants. They don't care if the audience is disappointed because the show doesn't live up to their glowing reviews. They praise the things they like and skirt around the things they don't.
Look, I know everyone's using the same promotional tactics, but does that really make it okay?
Yeah, also another thing is everybody use it doesn't mean you gotta use it as well.
Well, it's just a stopgap solution. As soon as I've made enough Mora, I'll stop. Things will be different next time. I promise.
Nope, it won't.
Next time, huh? Yeah. Next time, you won't use your connections. Next time, you won't pay off the critics. Next time, you'll let Jillian play the lead.
Yeah, your next time is too much, buddy.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. If you make some money once, you'll want to do it again, then again.
Yep.
Slowly but surely, you turn your back on your dreams.
And you fail everybody and fall apart.
I won't turn my back on my dreams any longer, Director Mariyu. Never again.
Me neither.
Alright, today's the day. It's time to live your dream. 5-8. Oh, that's pretty much already a win. 18-21. That's already a win. No matter what you get here. It's already a big win there. It doesn't matter. 32. It doesn't really matter. Bruh.
I had dreams too. What?
Act 3. Amidst the rubble. An unknown period of time elapsed before a group of mechanical puppets finally cleared the rubble, freed the protagonist, and reactivated her. They told her, "You have been buried here for thousands of years. The mechanical puppets now rule the world." It turns out that the puppets who had started the uprising were none other than the protagonist's companions, whom she had rescued all those years ago. The protagonist was now reversed as a hero by all puppet kind. The mechanical puppet asked the protagonist what she wishes for, but she only wished for one thing, and one thing only.
Huh. The plot here seems a little different from what the reviews said.
The protagonist wanted to return to the stage, so the puppets replaced all her parts with the latest ones available, built her a grand opera house, and summoned a huge audience.
And in the end, she forgot herself amidst the applause and cheers of her fellow puppets.
Hey, no spoilers! Huh? Wait, hang on, that's not even what's happening. The set has changed back to the one from the first act.
Walk-ons. please let this work out.
I think Farina is letting it work out right now, so calm down, buddy.
No need to be so nervous, Director Mariu. We only told you Lynette would be quitting the show to get you to make a decision. We wanted you to believe that this show would have to end after today, no matter what you decided. But in truth, I believe that if we choose our words carefully, there's no reason we can't get Maloney to come around and keep the show going.
Lenny is putting his experience at fooling people to work right now. You two should definitely keep, well, in touch. Trust me.
You really thought this plan through. But I'm not upset about what you've done.
Obviously.
What's worrying me now isn't how Maloney will react or whether the show will get cancelled.
It's about how well it performed.
It's the audience.
An audience, I forgot.
I've always thought the original script is better, but will it move them like I've always hoped?
Probably.
When Jillian does her curtain call, will they applaud her?
I mean, when Farina happened, everybody applauded as well, so, you know.
What if people only came to see the show for Lynette? And because of the reviews, what if they don't really care about the show at all?
Yeah, humans tend to overthink, and that's bad.
It feels like I've been hiding inside my safe little castle for too long. And now I'm scared to go outside the walls and hear what people really think.
We're right here with you. We'll watch it to the end.
Act 4, Amidst the Ruin, original script. The protagonist rejects the other puppets' offer of new parts and grand stage built in her honor. Her only wish is to see her companion again, but she is told that they gave their life for the revolution. Revolution? Their bodies lie buried in the ruin where they first met. The protagonist returned to the ruins alone, to where her journey first began. She performed one last dance before the grave of her companions. Her security burned out, her parts come loose and fall from her body, but she keeps dancing until her body completely shuts down. It has taken her thousands of years, but at last, she has finally found a reason for dancing.
Wow. Okay, this ending is much better.
I love how they brought back the set from Act 1 and gave it a whole new meaning. What a fantastic twist.
It's so obvious that the left one is Lynette. What the heck?
Time for the curtain call. It's the moment of truth. Will the applause continue after I take off the mask?
It will be more grand.
I could always leave my mask on. No one would ever know.
Yeah, Farina! All you gotta do to trigger applause is just one applause. Everybody will follow. Or nobody follow and, you know, become silence.
This is what fame looks like, when it's truly deserved.
Come down, sir.
Jillian, you were amazing! Syra was tearing up when you did your final solo dance.
Well, so are you.
Really? I was so nervous. My legs felt like they turned to jelly.
What looked like an actor unsteady on her feet was in fact a poignant expression of the protagonist's frailty in her last moments. Or whatever.
No, I cannot take any more of that.
Hey, Mario! What the heck was that? Why wasn't Lynette playing the lead?
Our articles are already going to press. You better have a good explanation for this.
It was my...
Nope.
Hey now, it was all of our...
Hold on.
Yep, nope, stop.
The decision was mine, and mine alone. They had nothing to do with it.
And becoming the
If you
cover.
have any concerns, gentlemen, then please direct them to me.
Marry you? So it was you? Well then, I trust you'll have no objection to me pulling the plug on this production.
Well, Lini probably got something here. His worst fear is coming true. Time for Act 5.
Director Mariu, Mr. Maloney, what on earth is going on? Why was Lynette not in the lead role? It took a lot of convincing from me for her to accept the role, and I had to turn down some big work opportunities to come and watch her performance today. You have some explaining to do.
You Turn down big work, Linny? That's crazy.
Lenny, it was all his idea. Marry you. Explain yourself.
Wait, Blinny, as a matter of fact, this was a piece of performance art. In this play, the masks and costumes serve to obscure the differences between characters, and by extension, the difference between human and machine. We took that idea to the next level with an actor swap, blurring the lines between one performer and the next. So it's in service of the ambitious artistic goals of the production.
What?
Yep.
It's similar to deceiving the audience in a magic show. We employed this technique as a means of breaking the fourth wall.
Yep.
It allows the audience to more intuitively understand the cognitive dissonance felt by the protagonist as a machine trying to reconcile the notion of her humanity. The audience's experience mirrors the protagonist's own confusion and becomes part of the artistic performance itself.
Hold up. What is this nonsense?
Oh, I see. Well, bravo, Director Mariu. You even had me fooled.
That's probably more because you just don't really understand avant-garde art very well, Lenny.
Dang! Lynette's trying to say three of them don't understand avant-garde.
Maybe so, maybe so. Well, perhaps it went over my head, but I'm sure our experts here saw the whole thing coming a mile away.
Put them on the position.
You must have worked it out by the end of the first half, surely. Mr. Amory, I just heard that you managed to write your review after just the first 2 acts.
I'm sure that will help Director marry you by setting future audience up for the surprise twist at the end.
Yes, you're right. Director Mariu and I are old friends. You should have said something. Then I could have played along even better.
So much for friend, bro. You need to unfriend him right now.
Yes, well, to deceive the audience, you must first deceive your closest companions.
Yourself.
I have to give credit to Lynette and her experience in performing magic. That's what inspired me to take my art to the next level.
You mean your show was partly inspired by Lynette's background in magic? Well, in that case, I'll have to plug it to everyone I know.
Unfortunately, I think Mr. Maloney is going to cancel the show.
Yep.
Cancel the show? Mr. Maloney, is this true?
Again, this is acting for people that didn't know.
While I accept that deceiving the audience in the manner you did certainly has artistic merit, this is not a magic show, and we don't want our audience demanding their money back.
Are you sure you just don't want to say goodbye to your money, buddy?
A very valid criticism, and one that I humbly accept. If that happens, we're prepared to reimburse and apologize to any audience members who weren't satisfied with the experience.
But based on their reaction today, I think that's what most people want to see, not gonna lie. It's an excellent piece of theater, and not celebrity, sales.
Plus, it looks like Jillian is better than me at delivering the excellence people want to see. I'm sure audiences will be very happy with the show if she's allowed to stay in the leading role.
Some of you have said that Lynette gave the performance of the year. Will you say Jillian was the performance of a lifetime?
Maloney, I believe there should still be time to tweak my article. From the look on Lynette's face, I think she's being sincere.
No, she's not. No, she's not.
Oh, one other thing. We managed to get a meeting with Lady Farina earlier. All thanks to the Traveler's reputation, of course.
It got nothing to do with my reputation. Don't drag me in.
Anyway, she agreed to write a review focusing on Jillian's performance and the quality of the show as a whole. She promised to give her honest opinion, and I'm sure today's audience will be discussing her performance too. There's sure to be a variety of opinions.
But what about you, Mr. Corentin? How would you rate the show?
Oh, I mean, art at its finest, clearly. But I'll have to give it some thought before I decide exactly what to write.
At least they didn't just go with, everything that people say. They actually still go with what they believe. So it's not like all of a sudden just like, oh, money, I'll do this.
Oh, of course. Always good to put some thought into these things. Especially now, with a growing range of voices out there. I imagine competition for readers becomes more fierce when everyone's discussing the topic.
Fontaine, Amory, let's go.
Yeah, well, a sour-faced Milani lived with a critic in tow. Well, that kinda ended well, didn't it, right, buddy?
Do you think this move needs jazzing up a little?
I have no idea.
Not jazzing up, per se. I was thinking more like break it down, you know?
Yep.
Gina? You snuck in? When? I thought I told you no visiting me at work.
I'm sorry, Jillian, but I had to come.
It's alright, she come, we invite her, it's fine. Is there no Lily? There's no Lily. Okay.
Thank you both so much. Without the two of you, who knows how much further down that cynical path I would have gone. I always told myself that once I'd made enough Mora, I'd get back to doing what I loved.
That's hard.
But somewhere along the way, I started to lose sight of what that was. Just like those critics with their dishonest reviews, I became all about the trappings of success, at the expense of the art itself.
At least you came to your sense just in time, I guess. And you've got an amazing group of talented people behind you. They're literally supporting you as well, director.
You're right. Yes. I'm a very lucky man.
Yep, so never let them down again, alright?
Anyway, enough about my problems. What are we going to do about the threat letter that Lynette received?
Well, that one?
I've been looking into it a lot over the past couple of days, but it doesn't seem like it was one of our competitors after all.
Oh, well, that one.
Ah, yes, about that.
Yeah, Gina?
Lynette, do you have a moment?
Yeah.
Wait, you're Jillian's sister, right?
She wanna apologize.
I'm sorry. Gina insisted on coming to see Lynette. I couldn't stop her.
Lynette, I'm sorry!
Calm down. Well, this is gonna be exhausting. Lynette just shot me a glance. I think she is unsure which mode to use in this situation. Performs while she is talking. Never heard of it. Whatever you do, you cannot fail, bruh. Even if you get one, nothing will change. Alright. It seems like you choose the top one, different stuff happen.
Me neither.
Wait, but...
Oh, do you mean when we ran into you at the Fleuve Sandra? And you said some mean things to me?
Pretending to not know.
As I recall, you were only trying to look out for your sister. It was just a few words spoken in anger. Don't worry. Whatever it was you said, I've already forgotten.
Oh. I see. Well, it sounds like Gina knows what she did was wrong. Owning up to your mistakes and committing to do better in the future is what counts.
I understand that feeling of wanting to stand up for your family when they're being mistreated. Really, I do. But next time, maybe consider a different tactic? Something you can pull off more effectively, and without arousing suspicion.
Alright, that's enough. Stop giving her ideas. Alright, nope, done.
Got it. Thank you, Lynette.
Don't say got it, G.
Why do I feel like I'm missing something here?
It's fine.
Hey, here you are. I was wondering where you'd all run off to.
Great! Everyone's in one place. That makes this so much easier.
Taking picture?
What do you think? It's group photo time.
Yep.
We have to commemorate the debut of the Lost Puppet Director's Edition.
Director's Edition, nice.
Okay, everyone, we all have pretty awkward smiles on our faces in the photo from Hotel de Boer, so this time, no forced smiles allowed.
Oh, am I really not allowed to force a smile?
Is smile actually that tough for you?
I'll try, I suppose. I think I can manage.
Lynette, Traveler,
I'm looking
come
for
on.
this.
You two should be right in the middle.
Okay, hold my hand and you shall smile.
3, 2, 1, smile!
Ending. Oh, that's cute! A roaring success. My line of sight was a little bit off. It's fine as long as your smile is genuine. She is looking at us. Ah, that's actually awesome. With that done, that's the other ending done. Achievement-wise, we haven't got any, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's all, folks. Guessing we'll find it in the end. Okay. Wait and see how things play out.
That letter? I was the one who wrote it.
Bum bum bum.
What?
What?
Sheena? So it was you?
It was you.
Director, it's time for... Oh, okay. Weird energy here.
I think we came at a bad time.
Lynette, Sheena must have been worried sick about me. I'm sure even she wouldn't do something so stupid if she was in her right mind. I'm so sorry. I promise I'll make it up to you somehow.
Jillian, no! This is completely my fault, and I'm the one who should have to bear the consequences. I got the wrong end of the stick and completely misjudged Lynette.
How about we hear what Lynette has to say, okay?
Well, since I haven't actually suffered any losses, seeking redress could be difficult. Maybe we could just let this one slide?
Really? Are you sure?
After all, Gina wouldn't be the first person to ever misjudge me, right?
True. True.
In any case, I think we can all agree it was a misunderstanding and nothing more. No need to overcomplicate things.
But still, I was wrong to write that letter. I should own up to my actions, make it up to you in some way.
Well, she seems pretty insistent. Kids at this age really are stubborn, huh?
If that's what you really want, then how about helping out backstage?
Huh? Backstage?
The crew could always use an extra hand. Plus, it'll give your older sister a chance to keep an eye on you and stop you getting into any more trouble.
And you can provide some money as well.
Thank you, Lynette. Really, thank you so much.
Hey, with that, another ending completed. The whirlwinding of event finally resolved. We're finally awake! The show about to start. Shall we watch?
Is it? I'm so much more at home here in the audience. I get to sit on a comfy seat, and I don't have to activate my energy-consuming modes all the time.
So Gina got more than she bargained for out of that backstage job, Nagalai. You gave her your supporting role in the play too?
Mary, you said she's a very promising young actress.
I see.
And she has natural chemistry with her older sister. In their capable hands, the show doesn't need me to attract an audience anymore. Phew. Freedom at last.
Don't even feel a little bit disappointed at all. Fame was right around the corner, you know.
Fame is more trouble than it's worth.
Indeed.
I'd rather leave that side of things to my brother and the others.
We can see that.
I'm happiest when I get to sit in a quiet place, watch them do their thing, and cheer them on.
Like the one that you're doing right now?
Yep, exactly like I'm doing now.
Ending time. With that being said, there you go. All of the ending have been collected. The last thing is for the achievement. Where there is someone performing on stage, there will be other clapping in the audience. Wait, I already got off the achievement? I didn't know that. Complete Chicks and Cats unlock all endings, aka Lynette is persuade Lynette to spend a leisurely peaceful day with you, and also have a peaceful tea party with Lynette after solving the smuggling case. I don't remember I got achievement when... With that being said, subscribe, like button, there you go, that's all of the ending and all of the achievement. As always, don't forget to claim your reward. Interesting. Again, every single Hangout event always got 2 endings, so don't forget to... 3 achievement, so don't forget to grab those. Either way, that's a long story. Don't forget to claim all of your stuff as well. This is all the ending, you can always recheck as well. You can also redo the story even if you like Lynette so much like me. And I'll see all of you on the next stuff. Again, my true ending is this one. This one is the first achievement that we got. And I forgot about the other smuggling case. Was it this one? I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. But yeah, the achievement is actually pretty easy. Again, I'm gonna show you guys the achievement again. It's over here, Memories of the Heart. Scroll the most down or the latest one. Persuade, spend leisurely peaceful day with you. And also, solving the smuggling case, a tea party. Easy. Have a nice day or a nice night, and I'll see all of you on the next video. Goodbye.